Do you have a great idea for a podcast? Or maybe you already have a podcast, but you're getting overwhelmed with editing or production? Head over to EndeavorPodcastSolutions.com. They have everything you need, from intros and outros to editing work, voiceover, you name it. That's EndeavorPodcastSolutions.com. Podcasting simplified.
This Thanksgiving, I'd like to take a moment and acknowledge what and who I'm thankful to have in my life. Excessive drinking, flat earthers, meth, anti-vaxxers, angry Native Americans eating McDonald's breakfast, celebrity insecurity, celebrity deaths, fake meat, millennials, live PD, heroin, outdated sex laws, Alan Ba, ancient aliens, air guitar, Thai food, Ron and Pete Cardi, Christopher Columbus and the French Empire that funded his quest to populate the New World with all these fucking idiots, Almighty God for creating every last one of these morons, Brad, who makes me feel worse about every aspect of my life, looking at Craig, which then makes me feel better about every aspect of my life, Florida. I'm thankful for those things because they give me what I need to do this show every week. Well, except last week. We won't talk about that. But most importantly, I'm thankful for God's perfect angel, my wife. I appreciate having a house to come home to, a bed to sleep in, and food to eat, so she'll always be the best. And without her, I wouldn't be able to do this show. Now, Maestro, hit my goddamn music.
All right, welcome back to Needless to Say. And contrary to popular myth, elephants actually remembered. I am Brad. I'm here with Craig, our mastermind, Dave, our, I don't know what, our beautiful mind. And the oft-mentioned but never appearing before, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Joey B.
Joey
What's
B.
up, Joe? What's going on, man?
Thanks for having me here tonight, boys.
All the way up from Virginia?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right?
I gotta
soak
say,
up some of this cold.
Oh, it's colder there, so it's all right.
What, was it just too balmy down there? You didn't have enough photo opportunities on the beach during work hours?
Listen, running out of daylight, so it's not looking pretty good.
I got to ask you, Joe, you're up here an awful lot lately. When is the right time to admit you got laid off?
That's coming tomorrow, so let's keep that under the wraps.
All right, boys. Well, that's that. I've poked a few bears here. Anyway, how's everybody's week going? Start with Dave, because we haven't heard about his week in 2 weeks.
Should be weeks.
Yep.
Should be weeks. Well, the leading up to last week's show, I was in Texas working, and it was a fucking disaster. I was sick the whole week, like head cold sick, and then I got fucking physically ill the middle of the week.
Really?
Oh yeah, I ate some.
Did
bad
you shit
food.
your pants, Dave?
No, I didn't spray Texas. No. I didn't spray, but I went out. I met one of my buddies for burgers, and about 6 hours later, woke me up out of a dead sleep, and I was up all night. Fucking awful. I hate
That's
Texas.
terrible.
It was a week of highs and lows in that respect, because the night before, I went out with our friends Matt and Kayla for dinner.
Yeah.
They go out they go Taco Tuesdays every night. They take the two kids, they go out to eat.
Yep.
So I was like, hey, this is the third time I've come down here. We're gonna make this happen. So I met them out, and with them was a couple of their friends, and they introduced me, and both of them were in a band that Brad knows.
Yeah.
So
that was funny.
Former members of I Wrestled the Bear Once.
That's one word, by the way.
One word. It's all no spaces. It's how Craig would write it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, the name of the band is I Wrestled the Bear Once.
And with Craig, it's autobiographical.
Yeah.
It actually is for Dave, too, but only when he goes to Cape Cod.
Yeah.
No, that's I Wrestled as a Bear Once. But I got to talking to these two, like I said, former members of I Wrestled the Bear Once, but they have a new project they're working on called Empyrean Lights. is the name of their new band, and it's very different from that I Wrestled the Bear Once.
Yeah.
It's got moments, though. Yeah, because I Wrestled a Bear Once was like a heavy, chaotic, hardcore type band.
It was like frenetic metal with a lot of like the growling and screaming.
Yeah.
But she used to kiss you, right? She'd smack you across the face and then she'd kiss you on the cheek.
And she's got a voice. So this new band is a little different. It's more, I don't want to say traditional, but it has more like melodic. It's got, verses and things. And it's more for singing and less yelling, but it's in there. And it's good.
To me, it's like if Evanescence was talented. No, I mentioned a band to them via text. There's a band I used to listen to, and I'm not name dropping here because nobody knows them, but they're called The Gathering, and they're based out of, I believe, like the Netherlands or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And she had one of the most angelic voices I've ever seen on stage. They played America like twice total.
Yeah.
And I happened to catch them.
And they were outlawed where they were caught burning churches down or something.
She sings like an angel. No, it was really, really a little more progressive. It was kind of like a Black Sabbath meets like almost like 10,000 Maniacs. There was a weird cross vibe there.
Yeah.
And I got some chills when I heard Empyrean because there was some really, really reminiscent notes in there. And so I mentioned that to her, and sure enough, she told Dave that was one of her favorite singers.
One of her favorites, yeah.
So, I mean, I'm glad I'm getting the right influences there. It was cool.
Yeah. Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, and they're working on this new stuff. They put this song out called, was it Sons of the Sorcerer, back in April. And they're working
fucking love the name of that song.
It's a great name.
I just fucking love it because it reminds me of old metal.
Yeah.
But there's nothing old school about the song. It's
I know.
good.
But I'm saying the name of the song brings me back to those old metal tunes. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
I just like that.
It's kind of like there was a Godsmack song about 10 years ago they called Releasing the Demons. It's like the same thing. It's reminiscent of like that late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
It's like hard rock.
My favorite metal titles are the ones where they sing about singing about heavy metal. Those were like every album in the early 80s had the Gods Made Heavy Metal or Kings of Metal.
Yep.
Or Live or Die for Metal.
Yeah.
Yoko Ono sucks metal. There were just so many different takes on it, and they were so corny. And there was a dragon somewhere on the album.
Yeah.
Obligatory watercolor dragon.
Yeah. A dude fighting a dragon or a dragon burning a crowd of people or something. Awesome.
It's like Game of Thrones, but good.
Yeah.
In a bad way.
Yeah.
So how was your week? I mean, you did text us from the bathroom once, which I do appreciate. Yeah. It's like Dave
Just for you, pal.
He takes 2 dumps, and all of a sudden Trump's wall building efforts come to a complete halt.
Yeah.
All the Mexicans are turning back on their own.
Yeah. they frame and plumb. It's not a joke. That's true. Just go to Home Depot. They're in every aisle.
You ever thought we get so much mileage out of Dave's gastrointestinal problems? I never thought.
No, I didn't. But
my underpants are getting
by
mileage
week
out
2,
of it.
I was like, yeah, this is going to work.
We have a theme now.
Yeah.
But it was a good week of work.
It was. It was. Other than fighting like this head cold, I feel like I've been sick since before Halloween. I felt good for like 4 or 5 hours since then.
Yeah.
It's been awful. I just can't kick it, man. It's been rough, but
They call it AIDS.
I've been taking that to help feel better. That was a supplement, right?
No. You get
AIDS.
sick. When you get sick,
I get it.
You hold on to
And
it.
it's I get one good one a year, and this is it right now.
Yeah.
This is it, man. It just won't go away.
Yeah.
And right now my ribs are sore from
Well,
coughing.
thanks for inviting us all into
in
this
tight
tiny
little
room.
Yeah. No problem.
Yep.
Joey, what'd you get in Rhode Island? Syphilis.
Yeah.
Don't come too close to me now.
Yeah.
I see him going home tonight. How was the podcast? Well, we exchanged fluids.
Is that a coleslaw? A coleslaw.
Somehow we turned a sick joke into a fat joke.
A cold saw. Yeah. That's what I was getting.
I gotta get some cream for that coleslaw on my lip. Dummy.
I'm awful.
Yeah.
Just awful.
My God. But that was pretty much my week was Texas, and then this week has been like low key back home.
Yeah.
I'd had a couple virtual stuff.
Not recording, hanging out.
You just
doing
hang
things.
out.
Yeah.
No, I get home from Texas. And I get
know.
home like 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
in the
I know
morning.
you got home real late. And
It was late, and it's not like there wasn't anything that happened. I feel like I don't have to like explain this.
You don't have
justify-
to
No, I
explain
don't
anything.
have to. But it was one of those things where I had been away all week. The 3 or 4 weekends before we had stuff going on. Like we were at Comic-Con all weekend.
Yeah.
And there's a lot going on. And I get home and I was watching the 3 kids and Raeann. I was like, you know what? Like there's just it was
Can't
still
leave her again,
chaos.
like,
and I was like,
yeah.
I need a night to just do this. I hated dumping it out on you guys, but I was like, I gotta weigh it out.
Yeah. You got a toddler and
Yeah.
your 2 other kids here, and your wife's been here all week doing it on her own.
I could have very easily
get it.
gone, and she was like, "No, I think you should go." But I would have been sitting at Brad's house,
Feeling guilty.
totally distracted,
Yeah.
and not paying attention to making fun of you idiots.
Yeah. I kind of wish you showed up and was feeling guilty. Because as soon as you told me you're feeling guilty, it would have just been game on.
Yeah, it's all you needed.
Yeah.
Brad's just smiling like he's already planned it. He's like, "Yeah,
Yep.
It never leaves.
yeah."
It never leaves. I have a Rolodex, if you will. For our younger listeners, that's what people used to do before they had shit done for them.
Yeah.
But Dave, one more thing. I mean, I know you want to move on, but I got to ask, when you put a bullet point like this one, you got to acknowledge it. 2 words. Fuck Paizonis.
Fuck Paizonis, dude. Last night.
Paizonis is a local pizza. Well, they're a chain.
It's a chain. It's this one that's in my town.
Yeah.
Last night Raeann got home from work and she's like, you know what, I don't feel like making dinner. And I was like, I'm fine with that. She's like, let's just order something. Fine. So she went online to Paizonis. We got a couple calzones and a small pizza for the 2-year-old. Pushes it through. About half an hour later, she's like, did you get an email confirmation? I said, no. Did you? No. Now she's got the web page up on her phone that shows order submitted.
Yeah.
So I called the store. I said, hey, I just want to confirm you got our online order. And the girl I talked to was like, I don't see anything. I gave her our name, address, and the order. She couldn't find it. Then I was like, oh, well, shit. She goes, well, would you like to order something now? I was like, sure. So I ordered the 2 calzones for us. We decided we'll just make the 2-year-old something else quick because we don't want to wait all night for her to eat.
Yeah.
So we did that.
Gotta get that kid to bed.
I hung up. 10 minutes later, there's a knock on the door. It's the delivery guy with our original order that I was told never went through. So I was like, oh. I tell him, I'm like, just so you know, I just talked to your shop, and they said they couldn't find the order. He's like, all right, I'll check on it when I go back. I called, because already I don't trust him.
Yep. Yeah.
I called back and said, hey, just so you know, that original order that you said didn't go through was just delivered. Well, I can't find it in the system anywhere. This is the second person I'm talking to now at the place. I don't find it. I'm like, I'm holding it. I have the receipt. Here's the number. They still couldn't find it in their system.
Yeah.
Even though it showed up. I'm like, your cook found it. So I said, there's no need to make the second order. Dude, I just called in 10 minutes ago. 5 minutes later, another knock on the door.
Get the fuck out
It's
of
the
here.
second order. I told the kid, I'm like, dude, this should have been canceled. There's no way. So I sent the kid away. Now, in the meantime, the original delivery guy calls my wife and is like, hey, I was calling to see if everything was all right. And she's like, well, no. And she explained the whole thing. And he's like, all right, let me see what I can do. I can't find the orders in here anywhere. Are you sure you had a second order? She's like, yes! The kid just left the house. Now, I pulled up our bank account online. I'm seeing the 2 charges in there.
Yeah.
And he's like, have you been charged? I'm like, for both. I can't see them anywhere. I'm like, I swear to God, if I come down there and I end up on live PD because of a fucking calzone, I'm going to be... Like, I've never seen anything more inept in my life.
It's awful.
3 different people could not find orders that were paid for and delivered from their own store.
Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous.
They ended up crediting us both orders. He called back and talked to Raeann. She said, look, I have no problem paying for what we
ordered, yeah.
The second one, we called and tried to cancel. He's like, well, how about if I cancel these out? She's like, that's what we tried to do for 45 minutes. So he ended up crediting us both and everything. The worst part was the food's really good. Like, we're eating the calzones and we're both saying, I wish this was bad.
Yeah.
Because it's almost good enough to offset the
The
level
anger.
of idiocy.
You kind of want the second order now.
Yeah. I would have loved a buffalo chicken calzone for lunch today.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I've never seen anything so inept.
Aria would have liked it too, because she's 18 by the time this is all over.
She's working there. She could have looked it up. It was unfucking. Like, I've never seen anything that bad. Are you sure you put the order in? I'm holding it.
I hate dealing with that. There's a lot of, and don't get me wrong, I know like it's like a lot of places you call it's young kids, they're high school
That's
kids.
all it was.
And I'm not blaming them. I know what it was like when I worked, in high school. You work, and you really don't give a shit. You don't want to be there.
Right.
You're just trying to get your shit done. But they get to a point where it's like, really? like, I know you're not that fucking stupid. You know what I mean?
You shouldn't be.
You shouldn't be. Yeah.
I like going up to those kids because it's like, you know what? Your resume is only going to have one bullet on it.
Yep.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
You're going to have longevity here at Paizone's Inc.
But that's like I told you. I think I said it before when I went to McDonald's, and they screw up your order every time.
All the time.
Right? One time I get my order, I'm like, it's all here. I leave, I drive home, I get home, I fucking bite into my Big Mac. There is no fucking hamburger in my Big Mac. It's just the sauce, pickles, and the like lettuce and shit.
There's 2 patties sitting on the counter somewhere.
Yes. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I go back and I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. The manager was furious. Manager's like, what the fuck is that? Like, ended up giving me a whole bunch of like coupons for free Big Macs. She gave me like a handful of them.
And they just went directly into the back of your truck.
Yeah.
They're still blowing around in the wind in there.
If it was like a standard cheeseburger where the meat is smaller than the bun, you can almost excuse it in the heat of battle. But the Big Mac is a special creation where it has 2 layers of burger.
Yeah.
You had 2 chances to realize there's not an ounce of meat on this thing.
Yeah.
And then he probably made some vegan excuse.
Yeah.
I was just making it for Melissa. Yeah. But anyway. Craig, how was your week, sir?
Boring as fuck. I got nothing going. I'm watching TV and laying on my couch like a fucking sloth.
Yeah, terrible life you live.
Yeah, it's terrible because just not back to work yet because of the surgery. So I'm getting bored.
You mean that job that you bitch about every other week on this show?
Yeah,
I'm just making sure we're talking about the same thing.
And every other week he's talking about how we had so much fun watching all these great movies and stuff, but now it's a problem.
You literally have carte blanche to do the one thing in the world you like, and that is nothing.
Yeah,
and yet this is an issue
it's
now.
starting to bother me now.
Are you one of my kids? Are you sure?
It's getting to be too long. You know what I mean? It's a week is one thing.
A phrase he's never said before in his life.
Yeah.
Or heard.
Yeah.
Or been involved with.
It's a little dick joke, Joe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's okay.
Appreciate it.
Joey B, everybody. Joey B.
So it was just one of those things. It's just I'm losing my fucking mind. So
I get that. I get that. There are times where I want to be bored, but I get to a point where I'm like, I'm done.
If I could do things, then it'd be different. I really can't do much because of my hand. Like now I'm starting to be able to move it more. I could do some stuff, but I can't really do all the things that I like to do. So I'm just watching TV.
You're stuck watching TV and driving Brad around?
I watched it.
You know what? You guys can mock me for that, but who's winning here? I mean, come on.
I messaged you guys the other day about a television show. I said, it's stupid, but it's kind of funny, but it is really stupid. And Brad said, yeah, I tapped out. I started watching that series. I tapped out.
Oh, was that Will Forte show?
Yeah.
Last Man on Earth?
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, I watched all of it.
Of course you did.
Every season. That day.
How many seasons were there?
5.
Yeah.
Now, just how many episodes a season? There had to be
like
20,
12.
20.
No, I think
they're like
it was a summer replacement, so it started out with only 12, and I don't think they did much more than that.
No.
Because it wasn't cheap to make. They did like a lot of crazy travel and on-site location shot, but they put all their eggs into this basket. The show was god-awful. You want to hit them.
You do. But it's actually kind of funny, but I ended up... if there was anything else, I would have never watched it again. I've got nothing to fucking do. So I watched every season. I just sat there and watched it until 2 o'clock in the morning last night.
But there are other shows.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
throughout the universe.
I'm at a point now. I'm like, the fucking remote's over there. I'm over here.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, say something nice about your wife, and then let's move on, because nobody fucking feels bad for you. You absolute piece of shit. Oh, you're home all day watching. You have too many options on TV, and the remote is all the way the fuck over there.
Well, I got up twice. I went and got the lunch that my wife made for me.
Wow.
She's awesome. My wife is awesome. She's been making my lunch every day for me.
Because, well, you got the bed sores now. So
Yeah.
How long are you down and out of commission for?
I go back in 2 weeks.
Oh.
So I got 2 more weeks of this. It's going to be awesome.
At least you got Thanksgiving
I'm
in the
going to be
middle of
like
it.
fucking insane next week. Like I'm going to be here. My hair's going to be a fucking mess. Like fucking big giant beard. Like,
I'm sorry. The confused look is on my face because you already look like a mess. I was trying to picture it worse, but I was trying to picture trash looking like garbage, but it's all the same.
There's another sentence you've never heard before. Hey, what are you all dolled up for?
Yeah.
Or who died? Yeah. Nobody says that shit to you.
that's all right.
I'm going to do my week really quick.
Yeah.
I went
Yep.
to New York. I came back, and I didn't have to turn in my laptop or carry home a severance check, so we're happy for that.
Nice.
No, it was actually a really cool week, but I'm not going to get into it because one of these trips, my predictions are going to be right, and then that's going to be that. Thanksgiving, we're not going anywhere, and that's an absolute wonderful development. And also, I hate Thanksgiving.
Do you really?
I do.
Why?
Nobody likes this food.
Oh yes, that's his thing. Is they're not big into turkey. And
Well,
shit.
I'm not. I like turkey, but I'm not going to eat an entire turkey myself because
Nobody-
I've got a vegan wife, 2 annoyingly picky kids. So I think I'm going to go get some lobsters, and I'm going to do
There you
that.
go.
All right.
Nothing wrong with that. No one says you have to eat turkey on Thanksgiving.
The law and Facebook.
And Facebook, the law, and Facebook.
If I can, I'm going to throw a question in real quick.
Of course.
You have to get rid of one holiday. 4th of July or Thanksgiving.
Oh, fuck you.
Wow.
I'm going to say I will keep Thanksgiving because at the very least, when Thanksgiving ends, that means Christmas begins.
Yes,
And that's
All
pretty
right.
awesome. The
Yeah.
4th of July can go eat a dick. Eat a giant sparkler-infused dick. Literally light that thing, enjoy it for 3 to 5 seconds, and then watch your kids get disappointed over and over again. Actually, that was bad to say about a dick.
I'm so happy you said it.
Yeah, we might want to edit that out. But
No. Fuck you.
But that's how irate the 4th of July makes. It turns me, like, it makes me say pedophile things. Thanksgiving is okay in the sense that it starts the real holidays for me. But I always found it gluttonous. I don't like the fact that you literally make too much food, and then every year the people cleaning the dishes always say the same thing. Next year we're cutting it in half. Next year we're not making this. And you always do. And I grew up in a house where we didn't just have turkey. We also had hot antipasta, cold antipasta,
lasagna. Yeah,
It was not that many people to feed. And yet, we see people starving on the streets, and none of it got donated. Everybody just took huge plates home.
Fuck
and
that.
fed their big faces again.
Turkey sandwiches are delicious.
Like I'll purposely buy a turkey that's too big so I can have turkey sandwiches for
Yeah.
like a week afterwards.
Yeah,
I don't eat the
exactly.
sandwich. I'll pick at the bird, though. I'll leave the bird under like a cloth. And every time I go in the kitchen, I'll just walk by it and cannibalize that bird a little bit. I do like turkey, but I don't like being the only one in my house eating it.
Yeah,
I get that.
I can see that.
If only you
yeah.
could go to like the grocery store and get like those a little turkey the size of those little chickens already cooked, then you'd be good.
Yeah, you get those like the turkey breast or something like that.
I need a
and
leg.
stuff, but yeah, the leg is
I like
killer.
pretending I'm at Renfest. Just gnawing on that thing.
What about you? You love Thanksgiving, no?
I do like Thanksgiving. It's one of the good holidays. We're doing Thanksgiving early. Everybody in the family's got to work. Contrary to popular belief, I do have to work. So I'm here before the Thanksgiving holiday, and we're going to do Thanksgiving as a family coming up in a couple of days here. And
Nice.
it's a good holiday. Not only getting to eat all the good food, but spend time with the family is pretty cool.
I'm
that's
excited
awesome.
to see pictures of the Birkenstocks in front of a frozen pond.
I will make that happen. I will make that happen for you.
Now, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
Actually, yeah, let's take this opportunity to actually meet Joey. We mention
Yeah.
him, we name drop him all the time, but
Constantly. That's because he's always sharing
No,
our
I've-
stuff and into it. Yeah.
Now, I've known Joey for a long time. You've met Joe before. This is the first time Dave has ever met
Yeah.
Joe. Your wife knows Joe.
Yep.
from my house from 4th of July and stuff, and stuff like that, and just coming by on Fridays and Saturdays.
Hey, you look
and
familiar.
summer.
Let me cover one eye and stand on one foot and lean to the right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But there's one thing I know you have brothers and sisters. I know some of them. I don't know how many brothers and sisters do you actually have.
All right, so it's 2 brothers and a sister.
Okay.
And then my mom remarried, so once we joined, families came together, we added one brother and added a sister in there. So
all right, yep.
3 and 2. So there's
3 and 2,
yeah.
And that was complex math for you, right?
You know what? Honestly, failed college algebra 3 times, so it was very difficult for me.
So you decided I'll go to Virginia. There's no math there.
Yeah.
That is very true. That is very true.
See him at the hotel desk with an abacus.
If you got fucking 10 fingers, you can be a dentist.
People check into the hotel. What floor do you want? They just point.
Yeah.
Go 1, 2.
This many.
No, so it's funny you've lived in Rhode Island all your life.
Whole life.
And you were just like, fuck it, I'm going to Virginia. Well, you were working in Newport, right?
Right.
At a hotel. We don't have to say the name of the place.
Yeah.
You prefer that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And
Shangri-La Motel.
you work for the same...
We're not going to say it.
No, that's right.
You work for the same company, correct?
Yeah.
But in Virginia.
Right. So a few
Nice.
years back, it was the end of 2017. So a little over a year ago, I guess.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? Time for a change of scenery. I was 24. I had just turned 24, and I was like, I gotta get out of here. It's an open world, and went on to our company job listings and put my name in. And next thing you know, a few weeks later, did a couple interviews, and less than a month later, I'm driving myself and all my things down to Virginia. It was kind of messed up, kind of weird, but I love it.
But that's awesome.
That's cool, man.
That is cool that you just decided to do that. That's
Yeah.
It takes guts, you know what I mean? That's kind of like...
I think that's the best time to do stuff like that.
Well, yeah,
when you're
that-
young,
yeah.
because the older you get, the more tied into an area you think you are. I mean, for all the talk I do about New York, I've been living here almost a third of my life.
Yeah.
And so I've gotten to a point now where if somebody asked me to relocate for a job, I'm not sure I could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so ingrained here.
Right.
No, but I like what Joey did, and I think it's great that a guy who's bad at math is now handling the front of a hotel, calculating hourly rates. Nah, we're busting your balls, Joe. It's good to have you, man.
Yeah.
We've
No,
got
we're
an
glad you're
interesting
here.
show tonight. We've decided that we're thankful for a handful of things, and most of them are drinking and shitting.
Very apropos. We're at my house.
No, that's drinking while shitting.
Oh, right.
All right, so in the spirit of drinking and shitting, and there's nobody better suited to bring us in. So, Dave, if you would, after a week off, you've had a chance to rest your voice. Please bring us in with the first headline.
So apparently the makers of Absolute and Jameson are accused of pressuring staff to drink excessively at work.
Like excessively. Like people
Excessively.
were getting hammered.
Yeah, not just drunk or tasting drinks, getting shit bombed.
It even went beyond hammered. The best quote I pulled from this was, the incessant drinking caused her to experience hallucinations and hear voices.
In any other context, I want to go to that party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but not a 9 to 5 party. I'm not feeling that.
Daily. 5 days a week.
I mean, I was thinking about this, and I realized that alcohol might be the only industry where quality control team actually gets worse at its job by doing it correctly.
That's fucked up though. That like I could see saying, all right, you like working at a brewery or working somewhere like that. They're like, yeah, you can have a drink. You know what I mean? You can have a drink at lunch or something
Even
like
encourage them, like, you can drink at work. Like, if it's one of our products, something we like, I get that.
that. Yeah,
You're
you can
encouraging
have a
promotion
drink.
review stuff. That
But
makes
if
sense.
they're like, do a shot. Come on, all the cool kids are doing it. Fuck it. You know what I mean? And you're like, I don't want another one. And your foreman's like, do a fucking another one. Oh, we're sending you home.
No lunch until everyone does belly shots.
Yeah.
You walk around with a bottle of Aquafina and somebody smacks it out of your hand. Insubordination will not be tolerated here at Absolute.
But I also feel like some of these accusers, and I wish we had video, you can see my air quotes, are probably taking it a little far. Like, you can't go work for one of the most world-renowned alcoholic producing companies and not expect to drink at work.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That's like signing up to be a fireman, but saying, I don't really like fire, I'm not going in there.
Yeah, yeah. I'll stay outside.
It doesn't quite work that way.
But I just found it amazing. I'm like, that's a fucking lot. Like, people are passing out. I wish I was an Uber driver that worked near. I would just park out front at 5 o'clock every fucking day.
Uber ambulance, wind up out front.
I mean, I did a contract for a vaping company early on in this whole vaping revolution before it was, you know, in the news every day. And it was an e-cig company. And we just walk around just puffing all day. There was a haze in that office constantly.
Yeah.
So I get that vibe. But nobody ever got penalized for not vaping.
But that also wasn't affecting how people were doing their job either.
Well, I agree, but it also created a work environment that some people might not have been comfortable with.
Okay, I can
but
see
they
that.
encourage that. When it comes to drinking, I think everybody should have like a happy hour. I think there should be liquid lunches. I think some of that's good for morale and things like that. But I like drinking. And if I did, that every day, I'd spend my weekends sobering up.
Yeah.
And that seems wrong to me. Brad, let's go out tonight. Yes. Coffee.
Yeah, let's go out for coffee.
Hey, you want a drink? No, I got to forget about work.
Yeah.
Doesn't make
I don't feel like
sense.
talking shop.
No. I try to leave work at work.
Yeah.
I'd spite drink like rival products. Come here, Jack Daniels.
But like I told, it's one thing. Like I told that story about the girl in New Orleans. I went to that bar in New Orleans. She started doing shots with us. And she's the bartender, and she's doing shots with us to a point where she fucking passed out.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, fuck, she's screwed. Like, she's going to lose her job. And they're like, nope. They just helped her up the stairs. Fucking, they put her in a room upstairs. Like, happens all the time. Just fucking throw another girl back there. All set.
Oh, my God.
Because they, encourage that. Because they're getting
They
you
go to
buy
the cage, unlock it, go down.
They're encouraging you to buy shots.
Steve, get the keys.
You know?
Go downstairs.
Sticky.
Yeah. But they're like, because that's all they're doing is this. The girl, look, I'll do shots with you. You know what I mean? You buy 2 shots. You don't buy theirs. They're doing theirs for free. But still, she's like, but I'll do one with you. Buy 2 shots.
They're like strippers down
And
there.
they-
The
yeah.
bartenders are almost like strippers. I mean, they all got names. Like, my name is Gummy Jambalaya.
Yeah.
Something like that. Welcome to so-and-so seafood, whatever.
Swamp ass.
Yeah.
But just be careful, because if you go to a strip club and her name's Gummy Jambalaya, you don't want to dance.
I'm Jenny
Very
Rice
different.
Grower.
Yeah. Very different experience.
Lori Spores.
Lori Spores.
I'm sorry, that was your mom's name. There was totally no intent there.
But I mean, to force people, because they're saying what they're claiming is that if you didn't drink,
You lost opportunities.
you lost opportunities, and they kind of look down on you.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking sober loser. You, with your life all straight and in order.
I'm the accountant.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the numbers of workplace injuries and stuff like that.
That fucking thing has never been at 0. That thing has been at 0 the whole time. It's one day. Oh, erase it.
It's been 0 hours.
Yeah.
I'm still picturing the accountant. The CEO's like, we need to up the profits. The accountant just writes an extra 0 on the sheet.
Yeah. That's kind of like the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, let's drink. Yeah.
We've added 90 employees and our profits have never been lower. Well, I'll tell you this. For all that good alcohol that we just described, the one company that's cheap as fuck because they're investing it into bad things is our beloved Anheuser-Busch. Anheuser-Busch makes shit.
Yeah.
The only good thing I ever got from Anheuser-Busch was a pizza at Busch Gardens.
The best thing I ever got from Anheuser-Busch was the shits.
Ironically, same result for me and the pizza. There was no sauce on this thing. It was a wad of cheese. Never seen anything like it, but it was tasty as hell. And then we went on a tour of the brewery where they make the shit. So it turns out that, because they're Budweiser, they decided to get into this hard seltzer craze, which they probably own 7 of them anyway, but they wanted to put the Bud Light logo diarrhea all over their own.
Why not just call it something else?
Because everything else is being thinly veiled. Like now the big thing is the Bud, like the beer companies are coming out. Like Natural Light's got one now.
Yeah.
And now Bud Light's going to compete with that. Truly is owned by like the Sam Adams company or something like that.
Yeah,
They've all got the parent company in line.
Yeah.
But they didn't see a point in creating another brand. They said Bud Light's already got so much right. I mean, they own, what, 45% of the beer market at this point?
It's insane.
So I'm pretty sure that they're comfortable sticking that logo anywhere they want it. And they're putting it on a seltzer. Now, the thing is, the seltzer doesn't come in any unique flavors. They're all the same flavors everybody else is doing. They're not the lowest carbs. They're not the no sugar. They're not the lowest calorie. What's the fucking hook? Like, what are you offering me that I can't get from?
They're just banking on that name recognition.
Yeah, exactly. Saying we make seltzer too. Check it out.
ain't no like, motherfuckers in Alabama buying seltzer.
You guys have been making fucking carbonated water for fucking ever.
Yeah.
I wish they made one that resembled beer.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't get it.
Just trying to picture like a truck full of rednecks pull up to a gas station and be like, Cletus, get me one of them seltzers.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
I want the low-carb deliverance cocktail.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that.
Served at Joey B's hotel.
That car banking that left at fucking Daytona with fucking passion fruit all over the front.
Mango Spritzer has the inside track.
Yeah.
I mean, I make no bones about it. I like my seltzers. You know what? It's been a good find for me because they allow me to get perfectly fucked up.
Right.
Without feeling like I got killed the night before.
They are good. They're good.
They're good.
They're good.
Reluctantly, we'll say they're good, and they fuck you up.
Yeah,
yep.
They're time bombs because you throw them down like sodas.
Well, I made the mistake of laughing at Brad one night and then saying, "Screw it, I'm gonna get some." You know, like I'll drink them with them, just you know. And
it wasn't just you; it was me, you, Mike, and Manny.
And we were joking, and we were like
four masses of humanity sucking down dainty, skinny cans.
And we were
our pinkies were out.
Yep. I was fucking hammered.
Yeah.
I was drinking them, like he said. I was basically like cracking one open and like sucking the can dry, like squeezing it.
They don't taste like alcohol. You don't taste any alcohol.
It depends which one you get. The Smirnoff ones do.
Yeah.
They taste a little boozier. The Trulies don't. They taste like soda. Right. The ones that you have in the cooler over there taste like soda.
Yep.
And then there's another one out there that I really like. It's just the Spike Seltzer. And they've got weird flavors. But you're almost so enjoying the flavor, you forget that you're getting fucked up.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the ultimate night of drinking. So there's something positive about it. It's made me feel a little more normal as I'm sitting here sucking down this giant beer.
No, but it's not. They're not bad. It's basically somebody added some fucking grape juice to Zima, and we're fucking running. You know, and we're off and running.
Fucking Bartles and James are so mad right now.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. But I mean, it's
and dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, one in the middle for Bartles and fucking James.
Yeah.
Bartles and James.
And while we're at it, to Bruce Willis for that Seagram's Golden Wine Cooler.
Oh yeah, remember Seagram's Golden Wine Cooler?
He wrote a fucking harmonica song about it. That stupid fake bluesy hack.
What, he was still holding on to those little wisps of Phil Collins' hair he had?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. But they're not bad drinks. They're not.
No,
you
they're
know
not.
What I mean? I enjoy them. Not yet.
They're about to be bad.
They're about to get a lot worse. Yeah. Because I'm a self-hating asshole, I'm going to try one.
Oh, you have to try one.
And then I'm going to promptly throw that can up Dave's ass where it belongs.
Who knows? You might drink it, and if it's good, will you deny it?
I don't think I'm going to like it because I know they're going to use the cheapest possible alcohol and mask it with sugar.
Yep.
And that's the whole point of these things is to not have the sugar. But I think they're going to cheap around it. So that's that. Joe, we have not heard your fucking voice tonight.
I actually just got into the whole seltzer drinks.
Yeah.
Maybe about a month or 2 months ago. Somebody's like, hey, have one? I'm like, nah, I'm not even going to. I know I'm not going to like them. I don't like seltzer.
Yeah.
And so I tried one, and then next thing I was like, shit, these are pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
And they're really good. And there's a few different ones I like. Spike Seltzer, that kind is really good. High Noon, it's a new one that's slowly coming out. I don't know if you've heard of those, are good. But my new one I'm stuck on now is, I've had Truly's, but Truly Rosé. I'm waiting for it. But no.
Does it come with a gutter belt?
A nice deep bathtub.
Yeah, I'll admit it.
Comes with cheese and crackers.
Yeah. But no, so I'm new into it, and I love them. That's what I'm stocking up on is the seltzers now. So
just go into like a freshly cleaned room and sit in the tub and have yourself a little.
You have one right after you pick up the kids from the bus stop before soccer practice.
You ever find yourself on a rainy day just having a good cry?
So what is it? It's just a wine seltzer, a wine spritzer, basically.
It's got like that wine. I've had one because it came in a mix pack.
Yeah,
and they're really pushing it because that rosé crowd that was big like a year ago, they've graduated to these things because they're a little stronger.
Yeah,
buying bottles of rosé came and went. Like rosé used to be like the wine that nobody would admit to drinking.
Yeah,
it used to came in those gallon screw cap jugs.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden it got trendy. So what they've done is they've taken that same fan base and put it with something that is now trendy, but it's the exact same flavor base. It's not bad actually. I've had some, but it's not what I would go out of my way for. But hey, I happen to like something called pear elderflower. So guess what? I lose big time.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah,
that's a rough one.
But right now I am drinking, just for the record, a double IPA, and so
you are
for the next couple of weeks. Screw the seltzer.
Yeah, these are doubles, huh?
Which one do you? I've got a double IPA.
Undead Party Crasher, American Imperial Stout. That's what it was. That's why I knew it tasted different. I was like, this ain't an IPA.
It was that in your untrained palate.
Yes.
All right. So anyway, Dave, any thoughts on seltzers? Or are we moving along here?
I haven't really gotten into them. Like I've said, Craig, I've had them. They're fine. I tend not to drink them. I will.
It's a lot more fun to make fun of people drinking them.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
But then eventually I'll be drinking them.
Yeah, I'll wait till you idiots leave, and I'll finish off what you guys don't drink.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be honest with you, nobody makes fun of them more than the people who drink them, because I had the mistake of walking by a mirror with one of them. Sad, because I'm still fat.
Just that tall can in your hand against that pink bathrobe and shower cap you were still wearing.
When I put my hand around a can, my fingertips shouldn't touch. And that's what bothers me.
Those fucking seltzer cans, the Virginia Slims of drinks.
Yeah,
exactly. Misty 120s.
This summer we were at a concert, and these kids, they were there probably my age, and they're all there with their mullets and their ripped shirts, and they're shotgunning seltzers, and I wasn't drinking them at the time, so I'm
shotgunning seltzers.
Those are redneck bros.
Yes, exactly. So here we are, we're making fun of them, oh, fucking assholes, and now here I am drinking a rosé seltzer.
And for the record, he's wearing sleeves, pants, and shoes.
Yes. Yeah, and he has all his teeth.
Yeah. Well, he's not at work.
That's true.
The funny thing is, like, they can't. Why did they decide to make the can so skinny? I don't get it.
Because
they wanted it to be feminine.
Yeah, who's their target audience?
Yeah.
If you look at Mick Ultra, they come in the same
slim can.
And more and more beers are doing that are promoting calories and things. Yeah. The big hook on these things has been the calories all along, but my doctor recommended them to me when I got diagnosed. They said, it's like 0 grams of sugar in there and maybe 1 total carbohydrate. So you can drink these things theoretically all night.
Is that your vaginitis diagnosis?
Well, yeah.
You probably fucking make a koozie out of a fucking empty toilet paper tube and some fucking aluminum foil.
You can make a koozie out of the yeast infection I got. I understand this. I understand my lot in life. But you know what? Would you rather have me sober and just staring at you with judgment and anger? Probably not.
No. Right, so. He's either going to do that drunk or sober.
Yeah, exactly. It's better when he's drunk.
Yeah.
And there we are. All right, the next headline belongs entirely to Craig.
This is all Craig. I feel like we can just turn our mics off at this point. Just listen to his monologue.
I actually got a little overexcited when you put this in. When I saw this headline, I was like, "What?"
I put this in because I thought that this was we're in a week where we're talking about fine food and drink and bringing families together. And so far, we've got Bud Light, which has ended more families than anything else. Okay, we've got seltzers, which has become a divisive drink and not a quality one. And now we have arguably the worst food idea since cranberry sauce in a can.
No, you are wrong.
Oh.
You are wrong.
Wait, is he wrong about this?
Did you just say cranberry sauce in a can being the worst? It's the best thing ever fucking made.
You know what? That's the only food on earth where people want to see the outline of the container it was in.
Exactly.
That's fucking stupid.
That's how you know where to cut it.
That's the worst part.
That's how you know where to cut it. That's how you know where to cut it. Exactly.
It's Thanksgiving Jello. It's fucking festive.
It's fantastic. I fucking
If it goes
love
anywhere near my turkey or my stuffing, I'll punch you both. I
Are
hate
you
that.
kidding?
And I love cranberries. Cranberry jelly. Let's call it what it is. It's cranberry jello, like you said.
Yeah.
If you slice that shit up and it gets anywhere near my savory stuff, I don't want a sausage stuffing with cranberry mixed in. Fuck that. Gross.
Oh my
Really?
God. I love that cranberry sauce.
Oh, I fucking love it. It's my favorite. I always make Fran buy extra cans. Actually, you know what was funny is Fran bought me a case of. She always buys me a case of ginger ale. I always get ginger ale, and she bought a mixed case. It was blackberry, regular ginger ale, blackberry, and cranberry. And I was like, all right, so I tried it.
For when you have your period and a tummy ache?
Yeah, exactly. So I tried the cranberry. It was fucking delicious.
Oh, it's outstanding.
Right? So I was like,
Nice.
I'm going to make a fucking chicken salad sandwich. It was fucking great. It was the greatest fucking thing I ever did. I ate a chicken salad sandwich and drank my fucking cranberries. They paired incredibly.
This has been Thanksgiving with the homeless.
It was fantastic.
I don't understand that pairing at all. Like I like turkey and gravy and the mashed potatoes and the stuffing. I love that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that shit. I don't want anything sweet interfering with that. And yet it seems like everybody says, well, let's have a Thanksgiving sandwich. We're going to take all the good savory shit and then we're going to slap some cranberries on
Yeah,
top.
of
Now, like,
course.
I like cranberries a lot. The cranberry juice is my favorite thing in the world. I
Yeah.
love that. But I don't get this.
Yeah.
The mixing the sweet and the savory.
I
love
won't.
it.
I won't put it on my sandwich. I'll eat turkey sandwiches for like a week after Thanksgiving. There's no cranberry sauce on my sandwich.
Really?
It's turkey, lettuce, some mayonnaise, and salt and pepper.
Really?
Thanksgiving dinner, cranberry sauce is right on the plate.
I always put it on my sandwich.
Nah, I can't.
And then they mix it with mayonnaise, which is even nastier.
Yes, that's the best. Cranberry mayonnaise is fucking
That's
delicious.
good. You know what's great about this fruit? How well it pairs with eggs.
Yeah.
Filthy people.
You don't like cranberry? You like cranberry sauce?
I hate cranberry sauce, but I'm just like Brad. I like cranberries. I like cranberry juice, but cranberry sauce is absolutely disgusting.
Up high, bro.
Really?
Any form? Do you
Really?
like traditional cranberry sauce where it's got like the?
No, it's fucking gross.
It's like
Tastes
turtle milk.
None of it.
like someone threw a bunch of sticks in it.
Yeah.
Fucking cranberries alone are gross.
No,
Yeah.
No, like
Yes.
they're so fibery. It's like sticks. It's like chewing on fucking sticks.
Right now, Michelle and Uncle Mike are like, and
Yeah.
Should see what it does to your colon.
you make cranberry tea.
Yep.
Yeah. But no, by
I mean,
themselves, I'm with you.
I like
It'll
cranberries.
cure Dave's AIDS.
But and I love cranberry juice. I love all that stuff, and but if you're gonna have cranberry sauce, don't fucking make me any fancy fucking cranberry sauce, putting craisins in it and fucking raisins and all that shit. Fucking jellified fucking cranberries with the fucking can ribs. Done. Perfect.
It still has the price sticker on the can too. And You have to have that.
Yeah. Fucking just throw it. That makes that fucking fart sound coming out of the fucking
It's the
can.
only can. You have to open both ends to get it out.
Yes, exactly.
What-
You know,
I
when
mean,
you have to
what a
shotgun
sales
your
pitch.
when you have to shotgun your vegetable for dinner, that's a good thing.
But
You guys have done nothing for the cranberry sauce industry. You realize that? I'm in marketing.
can
And
we please hashtag ocean spray with this episode?
yeah.
is that even who makes it? I thought it was like Bird's Eye or something.
No, Ocean
think it's
Spray
Ocean
has
Spray.
cranberries. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, on to another delicacy
Yes.
that I immediately started fucking searching for it because I'm like, Fran's going to go get some now. And it doesn't come out until December. It is Twinkie cereal.
Can I stop you right there?
No.
Craig was so excited about this headline, he had to stop and turn around to get the name Twinkie cereal.
Which is only the first 2 words of a 7-word title.
No, because
Couldn't remember Twinkies cereal.
I was going to continue on. I couldn't remember the last part where it says, now they're saying it's going to be Americans' favorite, stoners' favorite food. Something like that. See, I had it when he fucked me
It
up.
is legit 3 feet from your face. 3 feet.
I mean, can't
know
you,
what? You know
catch
what?
a reflection off the neck thing?
Joey, can you read that? You're 3 feet further away.
Twinkie cereal is America's next great stoner food.
And that's how
Yes.
it's done,
There you
idiot.
Oh my God! Is that what a sentence sounds like?
There's no cream filling. The milk is supposed to represent the cream. You know what I mean? Like it's supposed to be.
You're going out and buying like whole milk and shit, aren't you?
What? Why would you fucking buy the Bud Light of fucking milk?
Whole
after?
milk?
No, I'm talking about all the other stuff. 2%. They just add water. They're just adding water to it. There's a fucking Bud Light. Of course you get whole milk.
See, I only drank skim milk when I drank milk, and it was because it was white. Actual milk is yellow.
We've had raw milk in
Raw
Maine.
milk is
Not
fucking
raw
good.
milk, whole milk.
No, we-
put it next to a glass of skim milk, and you it's like drinking semen. Have at it. But you were saying.
But I was saying, yes, skim milk. They just fucking dilute it to nothing, so it tastes like fucking water.
I'm not looking forward to breakfast now.
But yeah,
It's
The-
whole. It's got everything in it.
the only issue they're saying with it is a lot of people that are saying, which might make me. I don't know. I haven't had it. I'll let you guys know the second it comes out. I'm getting along.
We know.
They said it doesn't taste exactly like Twinkies, obviously, for the fact that the milk is supposed to be the cream. There's no cream filling. But they said it doesn't. They stay crunchy the whole fucking time.
Another signature mark of the Twinkie.
Yes, exactly. It repels all liquid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think you'd want it if it was soft, like if it got soggy.
Well, it depends. Certain cereals,
Twinkies are soft.
Right, so that's
but
what I'm saying.
If they're soggy, that's different.
yeah.
There's that fine line when your cereal gets like to that perfect texture.
Yeah.
Or when it turns to just gross and you have to
Right.
dump it out.
I like
Yeah.
Special K draining the milk almost immediately. I drink the milk first and then just leave the mush
You drink the milk?
because on Special K I will because there was that crispy bubbles in there, and it was
Yeah.
I like Special K a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that actually to me was the best way to eat that. You know, every cereal's got its own.
To be honest with
personality.
you, like Cocoa Pebbles or Fruity Pebbles, I would rather pour the milk in and let it sit in the counter for 5 minutes and then eat it.
Oh my god, dude.
So it's
This-
like pudding.
Leading up to Halloween, my little guy, Count Chocula, every single morning. Same thing. He would let it sit, so he had a bowl full of chocolate milk when he was done having breakfast.
Yeah.
He was so excited. He drinks his milk right out of the bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that too.
Yeah.
Wait, but do you still? I'm
Well,
curious.
I don't eat cereal anymore. But when I did that, even on grape nuts, I would make sure. Now grape nuts absorb most of it, but
Grape nuts, they just sunk. There was like rocks at the bottom
I
of the
love
bowl.
grape nuts. I
I
think
do
they're
too.
delicious.
I loved them. They didn't really
Grape
soak up
nuts.
too much.
That's like a lawn bag you left out in the rain.
Yeah, that
no,
was
that
the,
tastes different.
that was the cereal that was at my grandmother's house. That
Grape
was,
nuts?
That grape nuts was at my grandmother's
My
house.
grandparents was just cornflakes, but my grandfather, my mom finally got me eating just regular cornflakes.
Yeah.
It's left over my grandparents. She comes over to pick us up. My grandfather's having breakfast with me, dumping spoonfuls of sugar on
putting
top of the
sugar on-
regular
yeah, you gotta put
cornflakes.
sugar on
She
the
was like,
cornflakes.
Dad!
yeah.
What?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Do you realize a bowl of cornflakes has almost the same amount of sugar as Frankenberry?
That's amazing.
The corn in there, there's so much
Well,
sugar.
yeah, because it turns into
if
sugar
you actually
in your
look at the
body.
box, it's ridiculous.
It doesn't taste like sugar.
No.
It's, you
I
know,
think it does. I think it tastes very sweet.
really.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I'll eat cornflakes, Wheaties, Special K. I love Special K with no sugar on it. But sometimes gotta add a little,
Yeah.
just for the health. Spice it up a little.
Spice it. But back to my question: do you guys still drink the milk out of your cereal? You
Well,
don't
I
eat
did-
cereal.
But no, but when I did, I did.
Do
Yes.
Joe, you
Yeah.
do it?
Yeah,
See,
no,
does
that's
it-
the best part.
Is it every cereal?
Every cereal, yeah.
See, that was my thing. Is I did forever, and I would still, but I'll shit my pants.
I can't do it. I've never been able to do it. My son does it, and I actually have to leave the table when he's done eating the cereal. I'm like, all right, buddy, I gotta go.
Actually, Joe, can I just ask you? Can you control your bowels?
I can, yeah.
All right, then get out.
Why did I buy a cover for this couch then?
No, I can. I used to be able to drink the milk. Now, if I can eat the cereal, no problem, and I don't have any issues. But if I drink the milk, because that's a lot of milk at the bottom of the bowl, my stomach will start turning. I'm starting to get that little bit of a lactose intolerance. Not full
it's
on.
not
A
because
little bit.
but it's not
A
because
little bit. I'm getting a touch.
Getting a touch of the LT.
That's
normally you would say someone.
That's I.
LIT. Sorry.
Yeah. Normally you tell people they peel the paint off walls. Craig peeled the paper off the drywall in Brad's bathroom.
We have the house on the market now. We've lost $30,000 in equity.
I was never been so happy for Melissa to be away on business in my life.
I was waiting because if she had been there, she would have been in bed at that point. And so you could have gotten out, safe escape and whatever. But I would have heard the next morning at 9 a.m., what the fuck happened down here? And that's when I'd bring it back full circle and say, Craig ate Twinkies cereal.
Yeah.
I mean, Melissa won't eat that, but she'll have a Tasty Cakes oatmeal or whatever it is they did in fucking Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Tasty Cakes oatmeal.
But why, you wouldn't try it? You're not going to...
I'll eat it. Oh, I'll try it.
I'll
try it.
That was the one thing they said, all the people that taste tested it, like that wrote the article. When it was over, nobody was saying it was exactly like eating Twinkies.
It
or was
never
like,
will be.
But everybody liked it.
Well,
when it was done, they were like, this is good.
You guys, you're too young to remember, Joe, but the rest of you are old enough to remember. Remember in like the early 90s, Apple Jacks had a whole ad campaign. Said they don't taste like apples, but who cares?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was the best ad campaign in the world. That whole transparency thing. They're like, no, it doesn't taste like apples.
It doesn't taste like apples. It's like cinnamony
that's
sugar.
all. That's all
it tastes like a McDonald's apple pie, if anything. But it doesn't even taste like that. It tastes like Apple Jacks.
Yeah.
And it's fucking delicious. I used to love those things. But honestly, like, we need more of that. Like, it's not going to taste
I
like
ate
Twinkies.
half a bag of them dry last night, like chips.
Last night. So at 46 years old, this is in your house.
Yeah. I had Apple Jack. I get the big things from BJ's.
Oh my God.
Which is like a Costco. You know, it's and I got the
So
Apple.
the cashiers at BJ's think you have a family of 13 at home.
It comes. It's
He runs a group home.
It comes. It's one big box, and it comes with 3 bags inside of it. And one is Apple Jacks, one is Fruit Loops, and one is Cocoa Krispies.
Yeah, we used to get those all the time. Yeah.
So I always eat the Cocoa Krispies
For the hotel?
immediately.
No,
Like
at
that's
home
what
as
you
a
buy to
kid.
stock like the continental breakfast. Meanwhile, Craig has it in his own kitchen.
I buy it immediately. I eat the Cocoa Krispies immediately.
Does your house also have like pre-wrapped croissants and butter packets?
No.
I'm getting the more I listen to him
Close.
talk about this, the angrier I'm getting. Because why do I have the shit problems and you don't?
Oh, fuck you all. I mean, I can't eat any of this. We're going to change the name of the show to Needless to Spray.
So, but last night I was watching TV and I just sat. I took the bag, the Apple Jacks out, sat there on the couch like a bag of chips, just eating them.
With your Cocoa Pebbles, do you have to let your Cocoa Pebbles sit in the milk, or do you eat them right away?
No, I let them sit a little bit.
All right.
Oh, you didn't hear the pudding comment earlier?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
He eats a cereal with a fork.
Yeah.
we didn't get chocolate milk as a kid, so we'd have Cocoa Pebbles or whatever, and we'd let them sit in the milk, and then that way to eat the cereal and say, "Oh, look, we get chocolate milk
now
out
you
of
get
it."
chocolate
Yeah,
milk.
yeah.
Yeah,
Gaming the
exactly.
system.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm all about cereal. I love cereal, and I usually have a bowl every night after I eat dinner. That's my snack at night is cereal. I'm just
Now, let's put this in context. You once told me a story about how you just opened a box of cereal, poured the milk right into the bag.
yes. Well, that was a trick I learned a while back. If you cut the box, if you lay the box down on its side, and you cut like an eye in the box, you cut a slice down the middle, then you cut the 2 ends, and you fold it open. Then you cut the bag in the same way. It's a wax paper bag, so you cut the bag in the same way, and you fold it over. You have a giant bowl. You just pour the milk directly into the box.
That is genius.
That's how they engineered the
genius.
small individual-sized boxes of cereal.
Yeah,
Remember?
that's what. Yeah.
So those were designed to cut open.
And then I realized
they
you
had the
could do it
perforations
with the
on them.
big ones.
You're disgusting.
Yeah. And you know what it does is it conveniently hides the nutrition information that says there's 19 servings per box. You absolute disaster. Every week I say
4
this.
bowls of cereal per box.
It's 4 salad bowls.
You get more than 4 bowls per box of
4.
cereal.
I get 4 bowls of cereal per box.
Craig's using like a 5-quart mixing bowl.
I use a fucking giant fucking Tupperware container.
Yeah, that's not a
Or
bowl.
I have a pasta bowl.
That's a trough.
My favorite thing
Do
is
you eat
the
it with a
pasta
ladle?
bowl. I use a soup spoon. I have a spoon. I have 2 spoons. I
Craig eating cereal looks like people in Minnesota ice fishing and scooping the slush out of the fucking hole.
I have there's 2 soup spoons in my drawer that I use particularly for cereal. I'm not kidding you. That's
I
my
wish
wife.
we could see that face.
I am surrounded by pigs. And I've got the bum pancreas. Fuck you all. I haven't enjoyed it one single Apple Jack in like 4 years. Raeann gave me a cannoli upstairs, and I thought I was going to bounce off the fucking walls.
Yeah, you were excited.
Well, no. After I ate it. I'm sitting here twitching in the corner for a good 10 minutes.
That reminds me, you're going to pick your toe up on the way out. Yeah. Now, I have a question, Craig. When you do this, do you set this on like a tray table, or do you just rest it on your belly and eat the whole box?
I put it on I like hold it like
a baby?
Like a baby. Yes. I was just going to say almost like a baby. I sit in the couch, I lean onto the couch, and I hold it like a baby so it's right under my chin. So I don't drip.
Do you have to eat it faster so it doesn't get all soggy and gross?
No, it depends on the cereal.
All right.
Some of them I don't mind if it gets soggy, so I let it go, and I'll just
you let
watch
it turn
TV,
to pudding, then you just cut the corner off and like cake frosting, squeeze it into your mouth.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
But it's.
You know what? You're a dick, and I don't like you.
But yeah, I get 4 bowls of cereal per box.
Stop calling him that.
The big boxes though. Those small skinny boxes, 2 bowls. That's a 2 bowl minimum.
It's ironic that you buy family size, since this is why you don't have one.
I buy the family size of 3 boxes. I get the restaurant size.
How many boxes of cereal do you keep on hand at one time?
4.
Or is it in Kenya they call it December?
No, you said it wrong.
There's always I like to have 4 different boxes, but there's always 3 or 4 boxes in my house at all times of different ones.
You know, in case of the Great War.
No, in case like tomorrow night I might not want, unless it's Cocoa Pebbles or Cocoa Puffs. Those go immediately. But like if I'm eating like Wheaties, I'll have some Wheaties, and then the next night I'm gonna want some fruit.
What cereal do you always have on stock? What's always in the house?
Always in the house is Cocoa Pebbles or Cocoa Puffs.
Okay.
Those have to be there.
You have some kind of chocolate cereal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheerios are usually always there.
All right.
But then from there it ranges between. I like the Special K with the dried strawberries. Love those. So it's either the Cheerios or those.
Stop talking to me.
But yeah. I'm excited about this fucking
I
Twinkie
love his
cereal.
diet. Meanwhile, my bathroom wall was painted with 13 essential vitamins and minerals.
Fran was coming home a little late yesterday, so she's like, "Just have dinner without me." Like she's like, "Good God." She's like, "There's stuff in the fridge," you know. So I had 2 slices of pizza, a chicken salad sandwich, and chips, all on the same plate.
Oh my God. You're the only guy on earth where somebody could be like, Craig must be here. I smell riboflavin. You're a fucking disaster, and I'm embarrassed to know you. Much less appear on. I'm taking my cartoon face off. I'm putting Joey's in. And, I'm done.
If someone just heard that, they were like, "Oh, Craig was at the soup kitchen last night."
Yeah, it's like that.
It was a good night at the dumpster, eh? You eat like a Subway rat.
I just eat whatever's there. It's just there. I'm gonna eat it. If I like it, doesn't matter what order I eat it.
Before you get your bowl of cereal every night, do you ever just stop and think, well, maybe I'll just eat a little bit more dinner, and that will satisfy my craving, and I'll just be done eating for the night?
No, because what I do is I eat as much dinner as possible till I'm almost sick.
And by the way, the lightest guy in the room, by the way.
He's the fattest, skinny guy I've ever met in my life.
Literally till I'm almost sick. When Fran makes mashed potatoes for us, you know that she makes the 8 servings.
So she can have her one.
If she's lucky.
You know what I was thinking too? She said to him, "Go ahead and eat without me," thinking maybe he'll make dinner and I'll have leftovers when I get home.
No.
And he ate all the leftovers that were already there.
Exactly what
That's exactly what happened. She came home to nothing. Nothing. She has to eat some fucking disgusting cereal you've already ripped through.
Yeah. They didn't even cut carpal tunnel out of your hand. They cut the heart and arteries. Yeah. Your entire body is another skeleton. You look like a tree branch. You do. You look like that stupid tattoo people get. That tree of life.
Yes.
That is what your arteries look like.
Fans are like a bunch of pipe cleaners.
You're a horrible, horrible person, and I hate you.
I can't sit here and laugh at you with all that because a couple weeks ago, I having a rough night at work, so I said, let me just run home. I live right around the corner, and open up the fridge or the pantry and fridge. I have nothing. So I have cereal and milk. So I'm like, you know what? All right, I'm going to have a bowl of Wheaties for for dinner.
Bruce Jenner's favorite.
And then I'm sitting there, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe a scoop of peanut butter too. So I take a scoop of peanut butter.
And
I do that.
A tablespoon
right out of the jar.
I do the same thing.
Gets better.
Yep.
So then I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right. You know, I sit down in my chair for about 5 minutes, get up, and I'm like, I'm still kind of hungry. I got about 5-6 hours left. I said, oh, I do have a couple of hot dogs in the fridge. I'm eating hot dogs. And to wrap this whole thing up, I go in, take the bag of chips, and to eat on my way back to work while driving.
I fucking love it. That's what I do.
I would have taken the Wheaties and crusted the hot dog and make it like a delicacy out of it.
It's disgusting.
Peanut butter is a palate cleanser.
You know,
I do, you never do like I do that. I take it's great. If my wife buys bananas, that's happening. I immediately take a giant scoop of peanut butter on a tablespoon out of the thing, and then I open a banana and I
No.
lick off the spoon and eat the banana.
You're both missing it.
What?
Butter knife, you grab some peanut butter out of the jar, and then you grab some fluff out of the jar. Fluff and butter without the bread.
Oh yeah,
Fucking amazing.
Yeah,
You need to have a glass of milk on hand so you don't
so
choke
you don't
and
choke to
asphyxiate.
death. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
I don't want my wife coming home and finding me like passed out blue on the kitchen floor with peanut butter and fluff on the corners of my mouth.
The neighbor's dog in the
and a
fucking
fucking
kitchen.
and a fucking butter knife next to me. Like, what happened in here? This looks like the worst adult movie ever.
And an even worse suicide attempt. Yeah, do you know what I did today? I did baby carrots and fuck you.
But I'm doing good. Still haven't put any cream or sugar in my coffee. But I can baby steps. Baby steps. I stopped putting cream and sugar in my coffee to cut down on my sugar.
So I just did that with my iced coffee. I only drink black iced coffee, but if it's hot, I have to have milk and sugar in it.
Oh, really?
Doesn't make any sense. But
Actually would be vice versa on that. I think,
Really?
I think if I was going to have an iced coffee, I would want cream and sugar in it. But I cut down on my sugar intake.
see, I just gave myself excuse.
You
I
did
can have
what?
more sugar somewhere else.
You did what?
I cut
Say
down on
that
my-
sentence again with a straight face, you prick.
I cut down on my sugar intake.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You just moved it.
I did it. There's no sugar in the morning.
He's the kind of guy who like picks up like one napkin and goes, I solved littering.
You're just having it delivered a different way.
No,
Yes.
I just stopped. No, I just stopped having.
That's like me having deliver things to your house instead of you going to get them. You're still getting it, just in a different car.
No, but
You would freebase molasses, so go fuck yourself. I have had it with you.
It's ridiculous. That syringe would have to be so big.
It would be the size of his fucking cereal bowl.
Just Craig with a garden hose strapped to his arm. I cut down on my sugar.
did.
You just described eating a box
a box.
of cereal and holding it like a baby. And you're proud of not putting a teaspoon of sugar in coffee. I cut down my... You did it!
I did.
You cut down your life expectancy.
I did cut down on the sugar.
No, you didn't.
It's one less teaspoon a day.
Out of 90.
Baby steps.
I'm with you on this one, Craig.
Thanks, Joe.
Baby steps. No baby could walk in the amount of sugar that is piled in your fucking gullet every goddamn day. Good, drink your beer, you fucking idiot.
I did. So anyway, drink. I hate that you're alive.
What do? Do you get like a piece of basil that magically works its way under your gyro and you say, I had a salad? I had a Greek salad today.
2 weeks ago, the doctors take blood for his pre-op. It's like corn syrup. Jesus. Cut down on my sugar.
They actually brought in a pint of 10W40.
I'm telling you. It's been good, too. It's been like
I bet.
3 weeks now.
You noticing a difference?
Yeah. Yeah. My coffee tastes like shit.
I cut the sugar out of my coffee. It tastes like shit, so I'm having energy drinks now.
Yeah. No, I won't do that. There's too much sugar in those. Those are bad for you. Energy drinks are wicked bad for you.
I'm going to hurdle myself over this fucking table.
I've never in my life ever had a Monster energy drink. No energy drink ever.
There we go. 105 years old, folks. That's it. It's
I've
not even
never had
halfway
one.
there.
I won't. I never had one, and I won't have one because they're bad for you.
How many butts do you smoke a day? Is it more than 0? If it's greater than 0, it doesn't matter.
You ever think of combining them and just smoking a Tootsie Roll? Just flatten it out and
Oh shit!
light that bitch.
Doing Tootsie Bongs.
Yeah, puff, puff, die.
Oh my god!
So when's the Twinkie cereal out?
December. Yeah, they didn't have an exact day.
Just pour that right into your coffee.
So I just told Fran to keep an eye out, and I'll keep an eye out.
Just keep an eye. I think sold exclusively at Walmart, I'm sure.
It'll be there on Black Toes Friday. Sleep out, folks. Sleep out in the cold, because that'll help your circulation. Sick bastards.
Craig's the only person sleeping out at Aldi the night before. Just get interviewed by the news. I'm gonna get me some Twinkie cereal. I brought my spoon and everything. My soup spoon.
The guy unlocks his door. I just cross-check him for the fuck of it. Like, fucking run in there and grab the shit. I was like, what's he doing? Like, there's no one here yet.
There's no one there. He's got 2 armfuls of fucking cereal, and then he buys a TV anyway. Because what the fuck? One of our favorite traditions on the show is Black Friday.
Yeah.
We've talked about it every year, which is why I purposely didn't put it on there.
Yeah.
But if there was ever something that was going to cause a riot in a Walmart, it's going to be Twinkie cereal.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
I cannot wait for those stories.
Led by Craig.
Yeah, you're right.
He's going to be like, Sparta!
This is BJ's.
I'll show you bulk saving.
Look like pinball.
But no,
Craig just bouncing around between a bunch of fat guys in the food aisle. So your diet, all this Thanksgiving food, always leads to the same end result. Well, unless it's me, then I'm shitting my pants, but everybody else shits in the toilet. But now, there's someplace you can go to read all about it and learn about poops. Because now, there's a giant, and you can't see the air quotes, immersive. That's right, immersive poop theater coming to New York City next month. And that would be December. just in time for the holidays.
It just shows
hey, kids, let's skip all the Christmas lights. Let's go look at shit for 2 hours.
It just shows all the Fast and Furious movies.
You guys didn't know, but we're all in it right now.
Yeah.
Isn't this playing in Rockefeller Center?
No, what is? It's just a giant poop emoji.
That's what it is. It's a museum that's shaped like a poop emoji.
It's not a museum. It's a theater.
Theater. That's even worse.
But it's worse. But it's like being at like a children's museum where they have interactive exhibits.
Yeah.
This one's just going to be free floating in the dead of winter in the busiest city in the world, where everybody can walk down the street, go to Macy's, do a little Christmas shopping, and then walk into a giant turd.
You don't want this on the boardwalk in the summer. It'll just get smeared all over the place.
It turns white like halfway through the
Is that the Christmas snow?
The only theater that can clog up your snowblower in the winter.
Apparently what they're doing is they're trying to make it like an educational thing for people to make them aware of like digestive health. Why would you choose Christmas in New York City as this opportunity? You're literally surrounded by lights and like nutcrackers and everything. And then they got to just throw a giant shit in the middle of the
I'm
city.
sure there's some nuts.
I don't No, man, but I cannot wait to see the corn exhibit.
Yeah, speaking of,
There's a guy roasting it on the corner. It's doused in sugar and Craig's in line.
Most people know it as shawarma.
and just so everybody knows, my lovely cousin and Dave's wife joined us.
I came in just for the immersive poop there.
Yeah, exactly.
She heard poop talk. She's like, "Oh, my husband's downstairs. I need to talk about
I
this.
had to check on him.
I have first-hand knowledge."
She was
the
just
engineer.
checking. She was checking to make sure he wasn't videoing this.
He was the architect.
Shitstagram.
I thought when it said, because it said theater and stuff, and they said there was going to be plays in there. They're going to hold plays in
Oh,
it.
good,
Like,
live.
and I was thinking, at first, I thought it was just a distraction to critics to say, oh, they wouldn't write that play was shitty just to avoid the pun. But I don't know.
There it is.
It's a giant shit.
It's a giant shit emoji.
Do you actually see what it says on the entrance? It says, "Let that shit go."
It does.
It's a lot smaller than I thought it was gonna be.
Me too.
Yeah.
So the quote from the sponsor, who is "poo-pourri before you get toilet spray,"
Yeah.
is
Which works really well, by the way.
experience
incredible.
that pushes the bad shit, makes room for the good shit, and leaves you feeling like the shit.
I am sold.
I'm
ready to go.
I'm sold now.
I thought that was Dave's job description.
I'd probably walk into that before the Statue of Liberty at this point.
Oh, wait a minute. I actually missed this part. I have to read this paragraph. A video projection will play inside the feces structure. Thanks to, and I'm not shitting you here, folks, a partnership with augmented reality and animation studio Flight School and projection special. What are they showing on this fucking screen? I don't need virtual reality trips through anybody's colon, although I take one through yours. Just to see how much Captain Crunch is lodged inside your lower intestines.
I'm picturing like field trips by like the Pornhub new recruits.
If you haven't seen Two Girls, One Cup yet, you're gonna see it.
Yeah.
That's the ride they have at the end. Everyone squeezes into one cup.
Everybody gets it. Everybody gets into a solo cup.
Oh my God. I would love to go see Two Girls, One Musical.
They just serve one ice cream cone to 30 people.
Did you eat the poop? You ate the poop. She ate the poop. She ate the poop.
Oh my God.
I remember one day not that long ago after you did your whole racist thing, I was actually thinking
What racist thing?
the 100th episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
That one.
The one that was the one that was trending well.
Yeah.
But I always thought like Craig in a musical would be like 2 steps in front of the goose steps. I don't know why I felt the need to bring that up, but hey, it's musicals. It's
That's
shit.
pretty
There
good.
we go.
Yep.
This thing is on tour. It's not just in New York City, and
You
that's
can't
it.
contain this to just
No,
New York.
you
No,
can't.
no, this shit show's on the road,
Yeah.
Started in Texas, so
and it's
fitting.
ending in Texas.
Some would say it was urgent.
Yeah. This thing's been on the runs for months.
So trot your ass on out.
If we combine two of our stories, we've got like the Budweiser Poop Theater is just a stream. It's a river ride.
Yeah.
It's got like somebody dressed like Willy Wonka. Come with me,
The chocolate river.
and you'll see.
The live performance is pretty much everyone feels like they're in the front row of a Gallagher concert.
Augustus Poop. We're showing no signs of slowing, but we definitely know where it's going. Could you scroll down just a little bit? I have another gem from the New York Post. The vision. Oh, go back.
It's
Sorry.
on the corner of 20th and 3rd Street.
And no, that's not the Friends building.
20th and Third.
Wait, go back up. I'm sorry, dude. There's one line that killed me. The vision for the interactive excrement came from... Okay, those are words that should not be together. Came from Poopery founder and CEO Susie Baptiste. The giant poo, she says, is all one big metaphor. Now, I'm not going to quote the metaphor because she's already gotten too much press from us, but I got to say, the person who wrote this article has never had a better day at work.
No.
Never.
No.
Interactive excrement.
No, I love this quote. This quote has to go. The giant poo experience helps guests release the constipation of toxic. Why'd you do that?
It was thoughts, Craig.
I do think it's great that we're talking about shit and the Knicks came up.
The giant poo experience helps guests release the constipation of toxic thoughts.
It's like an enema for your soul.
Dude, I'll tell you, every Saturday morning after the show, I have the giant poo experience.
When was the last time you were constipated? 1980 what?
Never. Never happened.
1980 never, that's right.
The funny thing is, everybody after seeing the show gets pink eye.
You have made probably 19 pink eye jokes on this show. They're never not funny. They're just always appropriate. If I was doing an intro about something else, and it's just like Christmas, and you just be like, pink eye, it would be funny. Because it's a horrible way to get sick.
Well, it comes from the brown eye.
And my wife's had it 3 times. Melissa is patient 0 at her office for pink eye. Everybody there in this filthy, burned down factory is
Because
getting
Dave
pink eye.
joined your show.
That was
He's
it.
in your home now.
She went in the garage to get the rake and came out and she got fucking pink eye.
You let Dave in your home. See what happened.
You know, at some of these things, you need to immerse yourself into the atmosphere and where it is, and looking at the cities that this place is going to be in. You know, it fits in very well. New York City, San Fran, Portland.
Yeah, it does.
Las Vegas. I mean, you know.
Okay, so Joe,
all
tell me
shit
more about
shows.
the booming metropolis you work in right now.
Well, I mean, you know, nothing's going on.
Absolutely no shit down in Virginia.
That thing's going to be in the parking lot of his hotel.
Oh, yeah.
In June.
Yeah, bumper stickers, Virginia's for anal lovers.
We'll give a new meaning to it. It's a shit show.
They don't need this museum. You can just walk across the parking lot to Waffle House.
And when it comes to you, that shit's going to be a timeshare. All right, let's move along. Because I feel like we've covered this and insulted my hometown. All right.
We haven't insulted it. It's not our fault. The shit showed up in New York.
To me, it looked like a delightful soft serve ice cream cone. I mean,
Did it look like a chocolate ice cream?
it did.
It did. Put a cone in the bottom.
Yeah.
You got a chocolate soft serve.
All right. Well, this is actually the reason we brought Ray down here, because we can't talk with expert ability about this, but somebody can. The world's first vagina museum tackles female body taboos. So talk to me, Raeann, without seeing the headline, what do you think a vagina museum would look like?
Just a wall of vaginas. I mean, what else could there be? What else is
There's
there?
nothing immersive or interactive about this one?
Oh, there might be some interactive. I mean, you might have to walk through a couple flaps.
It does
when you
have a
walk
sushi
in,
bar.
I just picture this place as nothing but velvet curtains. Just,
I was going to say roast beef, but we'll go with velvet.
It closes 1 week a month.
Turns into the red light district.
nothing says exit, it just says discharge. I gotta ask too, does the gift shop sell wax lips?
Yeah.
Of all shapes and sizes.
I thought of this more as like it should be like more of a carnival, and they should have like little rides like the Fallopian Tunnel of Love. Or take your turn as the little man in the canoe paddling around Labia Lake.
When you walk in, it's like fucking Notre Dame leaving the locker. You jump up and slap the clit at the top of the door.
It's funny. You didn't say University of Notre Dame, so I was picking the Hunchback.
I was thinking church.
I'm thinking the Hunchback jumping up, ringing the bell. The cliff. But either way, go Irish.
If it was a church joke, they'd be slapping balls, not vaginas.
Oh, shit.
I think the landscaping's got to be pristine, though, right?
Yes.
It's got to be good.
Nice trim bushes right out front. It's right by the airport. The landing strip's right there.
The only way guys can get in is if for a month prior they bring it dinner like twice a week.
But they get like Slutty Tuesday where you can just go right
Sometimes
in.
it just takes a cheap beer. I mean, you don't need anything fancy here.
You can just show up with 2 martinis and jump right in.
When you exit, you have to lay on the sidewalk and put your arm on it for at least a half hour.
Don't forget to call it the next day.
Don't even think about going in the poop museum next door.
Yeah.
Oh, no. There's a
can't do
shower in
both.
between.
That one's exit only.
You can't do both. It's one or the other.
Ironically, an ATM right there.
You have to stop in the Summer's Eve misting tent on your way over there.
And big vinegar water slides. Like,
Oh my God, a giant tampon-shaped log flume. Yeah. Where they take your picture going down. 3 kids killed from toxic shock syndrome.
in the kids section, they're all just jumping into this big pad instead of like a ball pit. It's a big maxi pad.
It's like a lagoon. Instead of lily pads, it's just maxi pads.
I mean, there's no place I'd rather take my kids than the vagina museum.
What, they don't do this at Storyland?
There's no maxi pad bounce houses in Storyland.
In my opinion, that would be a better story.
Who do we think the people are who's going into this museum? Who's going?
It's lesbians. Lesbians.
Large lesbians.
Yeah.
They're looking for life size.
No, and I'm not even kidding about it. I'm not making a joke about lesbians, but it's lesbians and feminists. That's all it is.
Well, that's what's going on here.
That's all it is.
We're
It's
making
feminism.
the jokes. Obviously,
Yeah.
this has got some historical significance, but some of the things that they're putting on display are a little rough. She's putting her own underwear.
Oh, no, her dirty underwear.
Yes. And she's doing this to make a point about how complicated a body part this is. We
Yeah.
probably should have saved this part for the beginning and done the jokes at the end.
Yep.
But
Oh, no, they're coming.
We'll just keep telling her that till she lets us in.
Yeah.
I believe we're locked out.
Yeah.
But I appreciate art. You know, I do appreciate the fact that they're doing something different, but is she doing this just for shock value, or is there actually an artistic merit?
No,
to it?
there's
And
no
that I don't
artistic
know.
merit. If you read the article, the reason why she's doing it is she saw it was either Norway or Sweden had a penis museum.
Yes, there was a penis museum she saw, and she thought, I'm going to
She
open a
saw
vagina
it
one.
and said, "There's no vagina museums."
It's just like a woman to do things out of spite.
You know what I mean?
There's no other reason this is open than spite.
Absolutely right.
And every woman's mad at their husband for not wanting to go see it, but then pissed off at him because they want to go.
Yeah, exactly. Get you. I saw you looking at that labia.
It was 9 feet tall. It was made out of.
We had to walk through it to get in.
It was polished concrete.
The door's wicked tight. You're gonna spit on yourself to get through it.
You gotta caress the door a little bit before
That's
you
it.
go right in.
You can't go right in.
You don't turn the knob. You rub it for a minute.
That's a rough entrance.
You have to spit on every door to get through it.
I think you need to just let the place know you love it.
Yeah.
And you lean in, you hold her close.
Yeah.
And then when you want ready to leave, no. You got 20 minutes of just holding the building for a while.
And Mission is hugs and snuggles.
Yeah.
and promising you respect it in the morning.
You get in free if you say I love you.
No, and mean it.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Some museums like to just be dirty sluts. I mean,
Oh yeah, that.
You ever been
we
to
don't
the
all
Louvre?
need dinner.
It's pronounced the loose.
Yeah, in New York they got Homa. Yeah. She's a slut.
Oh my God.
We tried to get mature about that for a second. We're not doing it.
No, it's
You
not.
tried,
It's a
Brad.
giant vagina museum. Fuck.
Exactly.
It's fuck. What
Do
the
you
fuck?
know how much fun it would be that place had an echo? Hello.
You know, there's people throwing hot dogs.
Down the hallway. It's just an empty hallway with a bunch of hot dogs in it.
Yeah, the whole closet meets broom experience. Yeah.
The 70s hallway is just a net you can't get through.
Oh my God.
I mean, if we're being realistic, there's got to be a room where you got to lift the gut up first. The gunt, what we call it.
The gunt. Gunt room.
I just can't wait for the grand opening when Pink plays. Brought to you by Arby's.
Oh man. I mean, I get it. I get she's doing it. She said it's for educational purposes, like certain things. It's not. It's
No,
for
it's
attention.
not.
That's what
It's
health
for
class
attention
is for.
purposes. Because she's saying it was like, even out of women, she said it was like 3 out of 5 couldn't point out the labia or something like that, and she was like shocked by it. So
Yeah.
she decided, I'm gonna open
All
this
men.
big giant vag museum.
Yeah.
And
You
you
gotta
know,
stop saying giant before. And that's nowhere in the article.
what is it? How many
This
square
huge,
feet? How many,
tight museum about. Yeah.
how many fucking square feet is this vagina?
It's like a cape.
Yeah.
It's funny because, trying to connect this with something I was just reading about earlier today.
On Pornhub?
Wait, what?
Oh, okay. Go on, Joey.
No, come on. But,
The Christian Science Monitor.
yes.
Landing strips today.
Poor Joey. Go
I don't know
ahead.
how I'm trying to connect this with this, but,
Everybody have to park in a straight line leading right up to the front door.
she's trying to be
crooked.
educational and show everybody or from what y'all are saying. But there's this woman in, I think it was Colorado or Utah, where recently she was in her house and she had her shirt off, and her 2 kids walked in, 9
Her
and 13.
stepkid. It was her
stepkids.
stepkids. That's
Now
right.
she has to register as a sex offender because her stepchildren saw her tits.
Yes.
Really?
Really?
So
She
did
was-
6 of her other husbands.
Yeah. She was naked in her own house.
That's
Yep.
insane.
And her stepkids saw her naked.
Yeah.
And there's been this whole legal thing, and now she may have to register as a sex
Yeah.
offender.
That's fucking
Yep.
ridiculous.
That's
So it's
Terrible.
kind of interesting how that's happening over there, and then here, wherever this is happening.
Yeah, exactly.
You
And
know,
this one,
We're just showing the vag
if it had,
freely.
if they
But
had,
you're paying for this vagina, so it's okay.
yeah.
I guess you're right.
And I guess if it gets late at night and it had a great day, they open the back door.
That's VIP territory. Yeah. There's a velvet rope and everything.
Yeah.
That's at least a 1-year
That's-
commitment to the regular vagina museum before you can get in the back, okay?
There's like donations to be made and shit. You have to have like the Vagina Museum tote bag.
That's fucking crazy.
Out in
The
the
Vagina
parking,
Museum tote bag, the reusable tote.
out in the parking lot, there's 2 big bouncy houses full of dads.
What are they selling for fucking, like, in the gift shop?
The earrings.
The pink hats.
They're
What are the
actually.
pink hats. It's like nasty woman sweaters.
I wish I didn't have an answer to this, but if you read the article, and you didn't, you hump. But
I did.
If you actually read the article, there are crocheted vagina earrings.
Yes.
What?
Crocheted.
They're literally crocheted. They look like your grandmother's Afghan, and
Yeah.
they're hanging off your ears, and they're pink and appropriately brown wherever needed. and a lot of flesh color. And yes, they're selling crocheted vagina earrings. There are T-shirts with pro-vagina statements that nobody in good conscience would ever.
Oh
wear
no,
in
there's a
public.
bunch of people that are going to buy them.
Yeah, wear them
Where-
in
where-
and around the museum.
Yeah, we're buying some, aren't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do believe the term was in their right mind.
I'm going to. I'm going to order
So
them
again,
online.
we're buying them, aren't we?
I'm ordering them online. Yes.
Which means he's already bought them, and when were they going to be here?
I went to the Pussy Louvre and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
Pussy Louvre.
It's just a plain T-shirt with one snail trail down the back of it.
The Museum of Natural Slistery.
Oh my God.
There ain't no dinosaur bones in there.
There's a big old string on the sidewalk sticking out the front.
That's how you form the line.
How you know what it goes?
That's where you know the line is. Looks like a giant kite when you catch it at the right time of day.
Please join us in the wings.
First week of every month, everyone has to play tug of war to get in.
Yeah. Oh my God.
All right, let's get into something a little more pleasant. It is the holiday season after all.
This is the Thanksgiving episode.
It is. It is. And as Dave pointed out, no matter what you do to your body, good or bad, male or female, vagina or penis, and we all shit and we all end up in the same place. And so, Dave, if you would, please read the next headline.
Yeah. So apparently, this family had to drag the corpse of their dead uncle to the insurance company to prove he's dead.
Is this what you teach in those classes?
It's all about teamwork and
Deny it until the corpse is here.
This is terrible.
it's
Really.
ratchet straps and denial letters. That's what I teach.
No one thought to bring an agent to the morgue.
It's a lot cooler in there.
they fucking like not.
Literally, they had a video. They like document. They
I think I brought that
Actually-
IKEA bag myself tonight.
they actually brought his body in the body bag.
It's like the opening scene from Goodfellas.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fucking insane.
Now it was in South Africa,
Which is supposed to be a civilized community.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is it's not.
This-
yeah.
but it's full of white people now, so it's all fucked up.
Yep.
Fucking Dutch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, the first thought I had was these people are the best pallbearers ever.
Just leave him there. He's your fault now. You got to find something to do with him.
Some fucking interns trying to figure out how to fold this guy into a manila folder.
Well, this is what killed me, no pun intended. Okay. All right. Outraged family members say they were forced to drag in the corpse of their uncle, Safiso Justice Malongo, so I'm assuming not a Dutch guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it a hunch.
He's from Brooklyn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the grieving family members were there filming it to kind of make a point.
To make a point. They were
But the insurance
documenting.
company's name, Old Mutual.
Old
Yeah.
Mutual.
Yeah. Old Mutual.
Unlike certain companies here in the States.
Yeah.
No, they said there was a problem with the paperwork, and I'll be honest, it happens.
I get it.
Listen, Raeann does this stuff with cars all the time, and she gets people sending in paperwork that's incorrect.
Yeah.
Now,
I get it.
I don't know the full story. I read this, and it doesn't kind of give who did what, but this is a little extreme.
Yeah, this is a little over the top that you gotta drag the corpse there.
I'd be going on a job interview at Old Mutual that day.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting there looking at my resume, making sure I got my talking points, and then somebody's dead uncle would go by, and I'd be like, all right, well, I know there's work. But what happened? Even in South Africa, what happened? The shit happened because they took it to social media.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
Okay, what would have happened if there was no Twitter?
And they said they've been paid. The family's been paid, and they're also looking into other ways to compensate the family or something like that. I think they said because they said it was ridiculous that it should, like the heads of the company said it shouldn't have happened. they had to go to lunch and walk by this guy.
Unlike the head of the uncle, which bounced on every step up.
Did the family go through all of this just for $2,200?
I was just thinking that.
$2,200.
That was the thing. Yes, it was for $2,200,
Which in South Africa is $1.8 million.
which I get is a lot of money over there. I understand that, but yeah, nah. I don't think
Was it worth the effort?
No.
Well, I guess
Like,
it wasn't Uncle. That maybe they're like, yeah, he used to live over there. And wait, he had he had an insurance policy.
He's like a distant uncle.
Yeah, it was a distant uncle. They're like, if I could drag him down there.
Yeah. That's it. Like, I love Uncle Eric, but his dead ass is staying in Louisiana.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not going
No,
anywhere
I would
else.
strap Uncle Mike to the hood of my truck
Yeah.
and bring him, and he would expect me to.
No,
$2,200. He'd be like,
That's not for money.
bungee cord me to the fucking front.
That's revenge.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with the money. You would be driving the whole way going, ha! Fuck you!
Through the bushes.
I got you!
Just hitting bushes.
Who's laughing now? Yeah.
For $2,200, I'd buy a hand truck for my next dead relative.
You know what's really sad is, like, the next headline is you can just smoke weed for $3,000 a month. You didn't have to drag your dead corpse uncle into a blunt for less than that.
That's true.
Exactly.
Could have given him a proper chill funeral.
All 6 of these pallbearers could have just smoked weed twice and paid for everything.
Exactly. It's fucking insane.
We've actually had people comment to us that how come all of your stories always seem to come from the New York Post? Exhibit A, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, they have the best headlines, the best.
And that's what it is.
They just tap into all the good stuff.
And you know what's crazy is that it's probably the best-selling paper in New York. Nobody trusts the Times anymore. Nobody trusts the Daily News, but they trust the Post because they post shit like this. So it's pretty clear that they're not pulling any punches. So I do love this.
You can't make this stuff up.
Sadly, no. And
That's the thing. It's like, you can't make this up.
I mean, look at the tags that they have. It's filed under death, funerals, and human remains.
And then South Africa.
South Africa.
Well, South Africa, I get it's an international paper, but a human remains category exists on this website.
I bet they've got great brochures in South Africa for this stuff.
It's probably where you go to claim them so you can grind them up and put them in your spit soup that you were making in the morning.
I'm sure you could have worked out some insurance scheme, made more money than
do you have there, Brad?
$2,200.
You grab a couple of roots.
I got the new Impossible Burger.
The new Impossible Burger.
This is a bowl of Uncle Teddy Grams.
Yeah, what are you eating? Uncle Ben. Mrs. Field.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, it's probably good because they were probably going to drag him back into the woods and cut his head off and sew it to his fucking stomach and then fucking dangle him from a tree.
Well, yeah. What would have happened if they didn't get their money? They said, nope, still denied. You got to drag him out all defeated.
Just leave him there.
I would have just left him in the lobby.
Put him near the mailbox out front and leave.
I would have taken him out of the bag and left him in the lobby.
This tarp was $5. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
I can't afford another one.
No, my thing is, they made it all the way to the fucking thing without a cop pulling him over. Towing a, just lugging a body bag down the street.
Took an Uber there.
Just throw it in the back seat.
How many passengers in this lift?
Hey,
2.5.
hey, Kyle, I'll give you 5 stars. I got this luggage.
Can you give us a hand?
He gives a hand throwing this in the back.
It's not actually luggage. That's his name. It's Luggage Justice Malungo.
I'm still trying to picture Kyle in South Africa.
Yeah. Well, if he's an Uber driver. Yeah.
Got to go where the money is.
Yeah.
He's an Uber driver and moonlights as tech support.
Yeah.
Let's not forget the guy's middle name, Justice. I think they got the Justice. He wasn't going down without a fight.
No. Nope. Oh, my
$2,200 in death benefits.
$2,200.
And a lifetime of nightmares.
Oh my God.
this Thursday they're going to be sitting around a table. They'll be like, remember that time we dragged old Uncle Steve down the street?
Fun times.
Uncle
fun
Malongo.
times.
Uncle Malongo, we dragged him down the road. Brought him in there. You see the look on that guy's face? That was funny. Those insurance people didn't know what to do.
Imagine it was all a scam. There wasn't even their relative.
Yeah.
They just dug up some random dude.
Found the guy in an alley.
It was their insurance agent. It's my uncle.
All right, guys. So this has been absolutely the least Thanksgiving episode ever.
Twinkie cereal isn't quite getting you in the mood for
Honestly,
turkey.
We talked about cranberry sauce.
This
We
would
did.
not even have been a good Flag Day episode. So Thanksgiving being the holiday that it is.
Arbor Day, maybe.
Arbor
Yeah.
Day. Yeah, this is a quality Arbor Day.
Yeah.
What's more American than Twinkies and diabetes?
Brett, you just described yours and Craig's weekend in one sentence.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. When Melissa has to help me with my legs out of bed tomorrow morning, it should be great. I work at a company that sells medical equipment, and I'm looking at some of it longingly.
I'm going to need that.
You know that scene in Gremlins where the bitch is taking the chair up and down the stairs? I'm starting to get it now.
I want a shed, and Brad wants canvas straps for his ankles.
I'm waiting for that day for Brad to call me because he needs help because he can't get out of bed because his legs aren't working. And he FaceTimes me, and I got like chocolate all around.
Cereal dripping out.
All around my, like, hey, Brad, what's up?
Hold on, let me just get out of my bath of sugar.
Yeah.
That body bag is sounding really helpful.
I'll bring some makeup to cover up the black on your toes.
Yeah.
Every April, we can have Brad come over and aerate the lawn with his footless legs.
Just stabbing his calf stumps into the hole.
Hey,
Picking up trash in New York City with no tools.
you call it a disability, I call it job security. That-
35 quarter-pounder wrappers stuck to his foot.
oh, the irony. The bitter irony.
Aw.
Sharpest calves in New York.
Brad, what'd you have for this holiday? I had a packet of Splenda. All right, so let's be real for a moment. We got a full house here. Let's talk a little bit about Thanksgiving because we really didn't get into it too much. But I don't love this holiday, but I do love the fact that it does kick off the holidays in general. And it's one of my favorite times of year. I hate January, other than my birthday. I hate January because it's all over. And
I'm the same way.
it's cold, it's miserable, and everybody takes their lights down.
And there's nothing to look forward to.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It ends, and then there's nothing for months.
And I encourage you all to listen to an episode we did 2 fucking years ago where we talk about removing the holidays elsewhere.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think that's something that we could probably revisit, but not tonight. We're not doing it tonight. So let's talk about things we're thankful for, favorite holiday traditions, that kind of thing. And let's start with Joe as our guest tonight.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, I remember growing up and coming home from school, throwing the backpack down, and right away my mom was home and we were making pies and getting ready for the next day and spending the day.
Sugary pies?
Oh, you know it.
Yeah.
Lots of sugar.
Lots of sugar. Licking the friggin' beater handle. Yeah.
Now
Brad
he's
will never
depressing
know.
me and turning me on at the same time.
So you got to make a cake tonight, so I'll send you the video doing it again.
Whip it good. Whip it good. Yeah, all right.
He's still stuck in the vagina museum with licking the beaters.
But
Can I
no,
touch your earring?
That's some
nice and
moist
warm.
stuffing.
growing up, starting working and everything, I've worked every Thanksgiving for the past 7
Really?
years. So
No
yeah,
shit.
you're in the industry. You don't get holidays off. So, but yeah, those were that. And
I'm curious now that you mention it, do you get busy on Thanksgiving in the hotel?
Thanksgiving, it's dead. However, the few days up, like coming up this weekend, the weekend before Thanksgiving, we're gonna be swamped.
So like immediately before and after?
And
Or
then
just
right
leading up-
after, yeah.
Really?
And then people come in for like that first week of December, so yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm also very thankful for having a job that lets me take a lot of time off and not work a lot. So yeah, that's
Right now,
Where
they're
do you
thankful
work?
for all the productivity they've got while you're gone.
yeah, I've heard that. Yeah,
Joey works for Motel 5.
He gets a lot of time off. I might apply there.
oh man, but
Holiday out.
taking 12 days out and
You're
that's,
just sleeping
that's
at the
great.
Marriott cot.
The worst in hotels.
The worst. The breaking Wyndham.
Oh shit!
We really did mean this to be sincere.
Carry on, Joey.
And then the last thing, really quick, is that I've working the last 7 years. I created a tradition where I'll bring in stuff for everybody working on
staff?
Thanksgiving. So we get lunch and stuff but the night before, like I'll bake cookies and like a pie and stuff like that. So that's my Thanksgiving
so
tradition.
nice.
That's actually really cool though, because you're going to be working, so you're not you're not with your family on Thanksgiving, but you're
Right.
with your work people,
Exactly.
your work family,
Right,
basically,
right.
because
Yeah,
you do get close to people at work,
Right.
if they don't suck.
What do you do?
And-
Like Tiva Thursdays?
I'm gonna make that a thing. Once it starts warming up a little bit, I have my flip flops and Tivas and in my office.
No,
That's
But that's actually a really cool thing, Joey.
so
that
nice.
that
It
is
is.
awesome.
You know what's cool is you just reminded me when I was a kid, growing up. My dad was a cop, and he worked.
I ate pies.
Yeah. He was so disappointed. He worked a lot of holidays, so we had a lot of like Christmases, Thanksgivings where my dad wasn't home because he was working.
Mm-hmm.
Every Christmas Eve, my mother and my sister and I would bake chocolate chip cookies. We would bake enough to fill like a 5-gallon bucket. Like if you went to like Home Depot or Lowe's, you get we would bake enough to fill
Right,
that,
right.
and we would bring it to the police station
Oh, that's awesome.
on Christmas Eve. Like
That's
every
cool.
Christmas Eve was at my grandparents' house. On our way home, we'd stop at the police station. We would drop it off for all the guys working midnights,
Yeah.
and we did that even after my dad retired. There was one year where I remember we got old enough when my parents were like, "You guys just go in." My sister and I, we went in, and the dispatcher actually went on the radio and said, "Bill's cookies are here." To like all the patrolmen, so they
And
could all
fucking crime broke out because
Oh, yeah.
all the
Everybody knew.
all the cruises were at the station.
all of a
the
sudden, East
criminals.
Providence turned to LA 92. Yeah. But like when you said that, like and that is one of my Christmas memories every year that I think about. I looked forward to because it was cool. Like as
Thanksgiving.
kids, I got to do
Right.
something. Well, no, but he
Oh,
had that
no,
Thanksgiving thing, but he made me think about that
But
Christmas
it
tradition
made-
that we
yeah,
had.
Okay.
That wasn't necessarily about Thanksgiving or Christmas, the holiday, but about doing something for other people.
Right.
And that's
Fuck
one of my
that.
fondest memories. It was cool, like
Yeah.
being
Right?
a kid. Like
Yep.
we-
No, that's
I got to
awesome.
make five fucking gallons of cookies, but dropping it off for the cops, and like I thought that was cool as like a 7-year-old kid. You
Can
know
I
what I mean?
actually tell you something that might warm your heart? And we're going to invite you guys to do it if you want. We do this every Christmas Eve for the cops in Bristol and Warren. We've done this since Sophia was born.
Break into 7-Elevens.
Pre-wrapped cookies, that's how it's got to be. No, we bake them cookies every
That's cool.
That's
So
awesome.
definitely,
That
if you guys
is
want to
really
join in
awesome.
and reintroduce it to your kids,
Yes.
we'd love to do it.
That's a cool. Yeah, it's
Definitely.
a fun
And
thing.
we'll do it
but no,
here and there.
I like it.
That's actually a cool thing. I don't have any kids.
You're not
but
fucking invited. Go
I'll
eat your
put-
cereal.
No,
Fred will eat them.
we'll show up
Yeah.
with a
I'll
5-gallon
put-
bucket of crumbs.
I'll put a fucking thing that says police in the front of my house. You guys might show up and drop me off a 5-gallon bucket of cookies. I'll even run out on the bike path and tackle a homeless guy and fucking club him.
This is real jail. That's what it's
We're all talking fond memories here, and you mentioned the 5-gallon bucket, and all I could think was that was the bathroom on my father's boat.
But you had your own bucket.
I did. Daddy cleaned it for me.
All right.
My best Thanksgiving memory. Well, I grew up Italian, and I'm still Italian.
I was gonna say, when did you transition?
I did too, but I've never lost my Italian.
I tell you when I transitioned, when I stopped being gluttonous and I learned how to pronounce English words. Okay, like it's
So
mozzarella.
not when you moved to Rhode Island.
Right, but it's mozzarella. I'm sorry, folks.
mozzarella?
It's not mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
Or rigoth, R-I-G-O-T-H. It's not rigoth. It's ricotta.
You're not Giada De Laurentiis or whatever.
I want to clothesline her fucking Natalie Portman wannabe ass. Right?
I saw her at a Knicks
I call it
game
a dollar
once.
store Natalie Portman.
I saw her in a Knicks game once, and I'm like, wow, the Pez dispenser display is here. She's just a giant head on a twig of a body. But yeah, her pronunciations are stupid.
Yeah.
But I mean, even every New York Italian, they've all got this whole thing where you got to start mispronouncing words just to show how close you are to your
Yeah.
It's a bunch of bullshit. But Thanksgiving to me was always gluttonous. We'd have roughly 10 to 12, maybe 15 people at most. And we'd have about 2 pounds of food for every person there.
Yeah.
And I get that Thanksgiving's supposed to be a celebration. You always make more food than you need. But why do I need to eat a tray of lasagna before a turkey comes out? And it's like a 35-pound
wouldn't
turkey.
Hey, Brad, I'm going to stop you because you're.
It sounds delightful. I'm still wondering what the problem
You're
is.
looking at,
That's where I was going. I'm like, what? Okay.
you're looking at Craig describing this, and he just explained to you that he holds a box of cereal like a baby and eats it. So you're looking at the wrong
I like
crowd.
to eat. I think my girlish figure indicates that. Okay, but what I'm telling you is I just think when you all put it out and you know you're making too much, and it's supposed to be about being thankful and giving and everything, I guess maybe I get a little Hallmark movie sentimental. Why are we not giving this away? Why are we not making just as much food for people out
Are
there?
you
If we're-
falling for the farmer instead of the big CEO too?
All right, fuck you guys. All right. I will tell you one thing that you guys are going to laugh at me for.
Just one?
Oh, wasn't that? Oh. Carry on.
That's right.
Apparently at Thanksgiving you didn't learn how to take jokes either, but go ahead.
They were too busy eating lasagna before the turkey. No one was making jokes.
That's and hot antipasto, cold antipasto, 2 types of
Did you
soup.
picture Thanksgiving at Brad's house? I don't like that. That's too much. This is.
I'm just jealous, honestly.
I would have made that different.
Yeah. Everybody just bitching.
It's good, but it's not great.
No, that wasn't the rest of them. They all loved it. It was just me.
Spell lasagna right.
I think you have to take a little bit of everything and taste it all.
You will spell lasagna right. You're goddamn right, Raeann.
Sorry, Brad. Go on.
No, you're not. Oh my god. All right, but Craig, let me ask you, and Dave, actually, you too. What's the one food I hate in the world more than anything?
Eggs.
Yeah.
That's right. So ask me about the Thanksgiving where I ate about 4 pounds of quiche before I found out what quiche was made out of.
Oh, boy.
I'm admitting, I'm literally sitting there. And,
No shit.
Because it tasted like cheese. It was so loaded
Yeah.
with ricotta cheese.
And it looks like a pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was really crusty on the ends. It looked like bread.
Yeah.
And so I was just pounding this shit, eating it. And my mom's going, oh, good, you're eating eggs. And then the instant I learned I was eating eggs, I went to the bathroom and threw up for like an hour and a half.
No shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. And I did this again when I was drunk in New York.
That
I ate
was
an egg
delicious.
sandwich from Dunkin' Donuts, and I just wolfed it down. The next morning, I went to bed. Next morning, I see the empty wrapper. I usually take the egg off.
Yeah.
And
he does.
I saw no egg, and I said, oh, and I threw up again. The idea of an
So
egg
you're
is
making
worse.
a conscious decision.
Yeah.
It's not physically affecting you. This is a mental thing.
conscious
It's
decision.
absolutely, the idea of eating eggs revolts me. But when I'm loaded
love it.
or 12, I realize that eggs are suck.
You'll eat 35 ground up cows into one patty, but you won't eat one egg.
Including their buttholes.
Oh, no, that's where the juice comes from.
Yeah.
That's where you get a medium rare.
That's where you get the meat beef.
Yeah. Tinned beef. That's right.
It's beef that comes in its own container. What's wrong with this?
Yep.
It's just delicious. I know that I'm completely irrational. I eat mayonnaise. That's nothing but eggs and vinegar.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'll eat it. But for some reason, the idea of like an egg, and I think it goes back to my dad, may he rest in peace, dipping his bread in that yolk and watching that oozy
Oh, I
crap.
love that.
He was getting mad at me from
Oh, that's the best. I love
He's
that.
like, that's why I don't eat eggs. I'm like, oh,
It's the worst.
Oh, yeah.
really?
Oh, it's
Tip in the
awful.
plate.
You don't like it either?
Scrambled eggs only in moderation. Every other kind of egg can just no.
Oh,
Thank you,
God.
Joe.
Gross.
Really? Joe, you
Gross.
want to start a
Missing.
podcast?
Yeah, let me know when.
We'll do it about Virginian hotels.
I think,
Don't forget wrestling.
actually, I think the yolk, a good yolk on an egg enhances a lot of different stuff, too.
I just
I mean,
stop
It
and
doesn't
think
enhance
of
anything. It's just good.
I just think about the
Yes.
chicken that never had a chance. And that's
fuck
it.
that chicken.
Would have been on your plate one way or another. So
Yeah, exactly.
But at least you let him run.
Next time you get an egg, stick a coat hanger in it and scramble it in the shell.
You'll feel better about it.
Then you're good.
That might be the best excuse for me to start eating.
Yeah.
eggs. That joke alone.
Yeah.
You make coat hanger jokes, I'm in.
Yeah.
All right. So all this sentimental shit is not what we are about here, though. For all those great traditions we just talked about, Thanksgiving is here. What are some of the traditions that didn't catch on? And so since he's got so many good ideas tonight, Craig, you go first.
Scalping?
I don't know why that didn't catch on.
I kind of flipped it. I was thinking hunting Indians.
Yeah.
I was thinking turkey shaped like a can, just like the cranberry sauce.
Fuck that cranberry sauce.
Handing out blankets as gifts?
You've got like 2 or 3 go-to jokes. There's like smallpox and pink eye.
Yeah. I love him.
It's just funny because fart turkey was his next one.
Yeah.
How about spam?
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought Dad asking Grandma if she wants more of his stuffing.
Running your neighbors out of their house and eating dinner there.
That'd be fun. It'd be interactive.
Be interactive. Everybody
It would
just
be immersive, like the poop
like get
museum.
the fuck off your land. I mean, this is where we're eating dinner.
I stayed colonial. I was just thinking spreading syphilis.
Yeah.
Not a good way to spend the holidays.
Well,
Scratching your way through the holidays.
well, you know what it does, though? It keeps you home.
Yeah.
I thought throwing bones and dirty plates at the homeless right outside your door.
Fran's at home like, that's how I feed Craig. That's not even a holiday. That's Tuesday.
Craig's got all those old metal trash cans just so they make more noise when he knocks them over. It's just scrounging.
Driving by the soup kitchen line and burping.
If you could coordinate it where you burp, blew it at them, and had Sarah McLachlan playing behind you. That would be a Thanksgiving to remember. I don't know how I'm going to follow that.
You should. You can.
I should. Now, there's... You know what?
Nope,
I had
that's
one
it.
vagina joke and it ain't working. It ain't working.
That's it. You can't be burping at homeless on a gluttonous holiday.
That is... It's crazy. I just mentioned throwing plates at them, but yours was more offensive.
Much more offensive.
Way more disrespectful. And I love it. And so we'll end there. That truly was a bright side to remember. That was one for the holidays. Before we get into all the housekeeping shit, I would like to throw out a special, needless to say, thank you to the divine and the only Raeann.
Raeann.
Thank you for letting us take over your home tonight and for being a part of it.
God's
Thanks for
perfect
having
angel.
me.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And then,
I
of
didn't really have a
course,
choice, yeah.
we'd like to thank longtime listener, first-time caller, Joey B.
Hey guys, how was my
Long time,
connection?
first time.
Yeah.
How's my connection?
And a
during the
long-time
show?
friend. I'd like to raise a toast to
Yeah,
Joey B.
finally
Thanks, yo.
finally
Yeah.
getting Joey on the show.
Yep.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
it. You guys
Thank
are the
you.
best.
His first time, but definitely not his last. Thanks for hanging
No.
with
Yeah.
us and putting up with us tonight. This is definitely going to be an ongoing thing.
Yep.
It's funny. Our circle just continues to grow.
Yep.
And that's a good fucking thing, folks. And since that, we're going to get like a 9X t-shirt so we can get Joey on there and a few other people.
Yeah, I know. There's going to be so many fucking faces on
And
shirts. It's gonna be
blanket.
like,
Like the three of us stand side by side to get
Well,
everybody on different
get our
shirts.
quilts.
Drive by the homeless shelter and show them what it looks like to be warm.
That's good. Yeah, give them a needless to say tarp. or some kind of crocheted sweater featuring sometimes Manny in the armpit.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you do want to buy our shit that doesn't feature Joey yet, you go to represent.com/store/NTS podcast. And on social media, it's on Twitter at NTS_podcast, on Facebook at NTS _podcast, and on Instagram at Needless to Say Podcast, all lowercase, all awful. Craig, you know the routine, you know what to do.
Before that, I'd like to say follow us and subscribe to us on those.
And also on YouTube.
So, yeah.
We should mention YouTube. We do have a
Yeah.
YouTube channel. Dave is making this like an absolute mission.
Gotta happen.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gotta
Gotta
happen.
happen.
You know, we're the best faces for radio ever. but we're
It's been
gonna.
the best YouTube video of the backs of 3 heads ever.
I noticed that when we did that thing where our faces were blacked out, best performing episode ever.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep.
so, and those are just cartoons.
But aside from that, Endeavor Podcast Solutions. If you want to start a podcast, if you already had a podcast, if you need help with it, go to them. They've got every tool you can need. Go to them. They'll help you do whatever you need done. It's at EndeavorPodcastSolutions.com.
Absolutely. We wouldn't be here without them. And speaking of people we wouldn't be here without, we'd like to thank you both again. And since I know you guys can do this, I know you can do it in unison. Sing it like the songs that the world needs to sing. 1, 2, 3, go.
Needless to say, we said it.